To the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with you? It's your boy JB here, and we've got a good one here. Notre Dame versus Miami. Who will win in this one here? The game's played in Miami. You can tell that it's raining down there. So we're going to see how that impacts this one here. But opening day here for these two teams, and who will win this one here? A matchup between two teams here that are both ranked here inside the top 10 to start the season here. For the Fighting Irish, a lot of guys coming back here, a lot of experience here. They do have a different quarterback this year here, but we'll see how he looks in this one here. Meanwhile, for the Miami Hurricanes here, a different quarterback, lost a lot of key pieces here. How will they look here? They're getting ready for the coin toss right now, and we will see who wins this one between Notre Dame and Miami. Coin toss on the way. Looks like Miami won the coin toss, and so we'll see if they opt to kick the ball off or receive in this one. All right, the captains exchanged hands here. We'll see how things play out here today. And again, for the Miami Hurricanes, Carson Beck, the transfer quarterback from the University of Georgia. What version of him will they be getting? That's what I want to know. And so we start off the chat here with Mr. JB saying, "Let's go, Miami." All right, RC in the building. What's good with your RC? And so RC says, "JB, dang, dang, dang. You said you forgot I was going live." And so RC's thinking about a little college hoops here. Who won the tip? Oh, man. So let's see how this one gets started here. Getting ready for kickoff here. Let me see who's going to get the football here first. Will it be Notre Dame? RC says, shaking my head. You're too basketball minded. You mean who won the toss? Looks like Miami won the toss there, I believe. Again, I just have to try to read their lips in terms of what's going on there. But I believe Miami won it. Lewis, what's good? Lewis, did you take the over or under in this one? And Lewis says, "What's up, JB?" And so, Lewis, you got a bit of a streak going on now. How many wins in a row have you now put together so far with your bets? She says, "JB, you know I'm ready for my Fighting Irish. So you've been waiting all day for this game." And again, I mean, earlier today there was another good game on, but South Carolina, Virginia Tech, and South Carolina got that win. But hey, this is the one we've been waiting for. So the Hurricanes opted to kick the ball off, and what a kickoff it is. All right. So Notre Dame, we'll see them first offensively in this one. What will they look like? That we'll find out. Phoenix is in the building. What's good with you, Phoenix? How are we today? And Phoenix says, "What's good, JB Nation and members?" Phoenix coming through showing some love. What's good? All right, so Lewis said, "Let's go over." You took it early at 48.5, and now it's at 51. So, hey, you took it at the right time there, at the right time. Did you know it was going to be raining? And again, CJ Carr, shotgun formation here. Fake it to the back, quick pass to the receiver, and the receiver is going to lose a yard here with that reception. Second down coming up. And again, how can Notre Dame keep their quarterback feeling comfortable? Because one thing they're going to want to make sure is that Miami does not get pass rush on them. They're going to want to make sure of that. And so RC says he's got good news. Well, JB loves good news. What's up, RC? Talk to me. All right, so second and 12 here for the Fighting Irish. Shotgun formation here. Gonna motion the tight end here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Gets the snap. Miami sends four. Carr throws it, gets the completion there. That's gonna be a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards there, pending his forward progress. SM in the building. What's good? And SM says, "What's the word, JB?" So, oh man, JB just finished his second fantasy football draft about a good 20 minutes prior to the start of this game here. So, yeah, JB actually I feel pretty good about both of my fantasy teams. You know, they were rated, both of them rated like a A and one and A plus for the other one post draft. So I feel good about my teams. Third and 7, quick pass there. And oh, look at that. Excellent. He's still on his feet. Oh my goodness. Wow. I thought the Hurricanes were going to get him from behind and stop him, but he just kept churning and kept moving. That was a big time first down. I really thought the Hurricanes were going to get him. Now you look at this replay here. And so that time, great job getting the yards after the catch. What was 24 doing? 24 went in there with his shoulder and just thought he was just going to knock the man down, wrap him up. If you wrap him up, he didn't get that first down. Tight end goes in motion, shotgun formation again for the 49ers from their own 42-yard line. Quick pass again to the wide receiver here, and he gets the first, makes a couple guys miss there. So far, Miami's got to tackle better. They just got to tackle better so far in this opening drive. RC says, if we don't run this dang ball, he says, we better. SM says he's got Miami with the upset. Speaking of upset, did y'all see Florida State upset Alabama yesterday? Now that was an upset. All right, 1st and 10. Slot receiver goes in motion. They're going to hand him the ball up the middle, and he's going to pick up a yard on the carry. 2nd down coming up. You see, said, SM, you are an evil person. Oh, man, RC. RC says, that's what you call making something out of nothing. And so SM said, yeah, you did. You told us. You told us, SM. And it did happen. It did happen there. So JB was flat out wrong about that game for sure. 2nd and 9, looking, throws it, and oh, incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. Great coverage there on the play. Pass, not the best of looking passes there that I've seen. 3rd and 9 coming up. She says, JB, we might not need to run the ball if phase number 6 is going to be on a heater. 3rd and 9. Can they make the play to get the first down, or the Hurricanes get them off the field here? Ball at the Hurricanes' 42-yard line, so this is important. It's a snap, feels the rush. He's moving, still looking downfield. He doesn't have the speed, doesn't have the juice, just throws it up there, and it's incomplete. So the Hurricanes defense gets to stand there, 4th down coming up. Phoenix says coming through for the like. I appreciate that there, Phoenix. Coming through and pressing that like button. RC said JB Hawaii 6 and Arizona 40 last night. Yeah, they got beat. They got beat. They got beat. And that time, yeah, like Chargers didn't have the speed. 4th down coming up. And if you're the Hurricanes, that's exactly what you need to see, that speed getting after Notre Dame like that. All right, so Miami's going to call a timeout here. Which he says, wasted 3rd down. And then he puts the palms to the face. Not already, RC, not after one drive. That's not RC already saying, dang it. All right, so we are currently here at the commercial. Here's the Hurricanes called a timeout here, their first timeout after that defense got a stop. She says, JB, so apparently Stanford just trashed because Hawaii held their own and beat them. That very well could be the case. I'm looking at them, and I'm also looking at Wake Forest also because Kennesaw State almost beat them. They almost beat them. I think they lost by like 1 point. He says, JB, I want to score every drive. You say you got a basketball offensive mindset. Well, you got to keep in mind this is the opening week here. And just like you saw between Ohio State and Texas, anytime you have like a new quarterback coming in there, it's a big time matchup. There could be a little bit of a learning curve throughout the game there. So give it some time. Give it some time, give it some time. It would be nice, I'm pretty sure, to see them go out there and score every play, but we'll see. We'll see. But Lewis did take the over, so he is expecting a lot of points in this one. I really thought that Notre Dame was going to come out and look to run the ball a little bit more early on, especially having a running back like Love in the backfield. We'll see if their next time out there, if they look to get him more involved. And it is raining out. Since we're at the commercial, you guys tell JB this. Was that Florida State win against Alabama more so just a sign that Florida State's back, or is it a sign that Alabama is just going to probably have that bad of a season? What do you guys think? 'Cause I did not expect that to happen. Archie says, I was up late watching Idaho versus Washington State, JB. Don't tell me who won. You're in the third quarter. And so you'll pick that game back later before this game ends. Okay, okay. Well, shoot, JB doesn't know who won either. I didn't watch that game myself. It's raining at the game. It's raining at the game. It's kind of both, actually. I feel like it can rain any second here, but yeah, raining at the game. All right, so RC says let's pump the brakes. He says Alabama will be okay, but they just not win 12 games this year. Okay. Listen says he's all about supporting Carson's back girlfriend. She attends the University of Miami as well. Ah, SM's all about that support. All right, so Miami catches it at their own 3-yard line. So let's see how the Hurricanes look offensively. Speaking of Carson Beck, unfortunately, SM, we won't see his girlfriend in this one, but we will see Carson Beck here today. I mean, unless she found a way to get in the sideline here. Or he says Carson Wreck. Right. So last year, Cam Ward turned out to be a great transfer for the Miami Hurricanes, extremely well. Let's see what Carson Beck looks like here. 2 years ago for the Bulldogs, if they get that version of him, then I think they'll be all right. But the Miami Hurricanes, many question marks people have said this offseason about them. Some believe in them, others have questions. Let's see from their own 5-yard lines. Shotgun formation here. Gets the snap, gonna hand it to the back off the right guard there, takes it all the way to about the 10-yard line. It's gonna make second down much more manageable there. Second and about 5. And that was Jordan Lyle on the carry. The first quarter with about 10 minutes and 14 seconds to go. And the Hurricanes with their first offensive possession of the game. Carson Beck wearing number 11 here for the Miami Hurricanes. Shotgun formation here. Drops it, trip the top formation here. Want to see at the bottom of the screen. Notre Dame bringing pressure. Beck fills it, throws it, gets the completion there for the first down. So Carson Beck felt the pressure there. Didn't get happy feet. Threw the ball there on the money. Some people say if the University of Texas had that type of throwing yesterday, they'd have been in a better position. And 40 on the clock. Beck throws it. Wide open wide receiver gets the catch, brought down to the 29-yard line. And that was Daniel Sr. with the reception. And she says, oh, JB, that's good news. I did a test stream from my computer an hour and a half ago to see if I could do better streaming. Now we'll have a green screen, expanded live chat windows, shared screens. Look at RC upgrading. Hey, that transformation, it feels real, doesn't it? JB has probably switched. Man, this is probably my third, I think, yeah, third different way that I've been streaming. So it's always great when you upgrade. Run and play here. Another first down. Okay. So right now, Miami is winning the battle at the line of scrimmage right now, especially on these run plays. These running backs are getting about 4 or 5 yards per carry right now. So we'll see if that continues to be the theme here against Notre Dame today. Some compares Carson Beck to Mike Glennon. I remember Mike Glennon. Good old Mike Glennon. My man got a nice check for no reason a couple like years ago. I think it the Bears that gave him that contract or Tampa Bay. I forgot who gave him that contract, but somebody gave him a contract. He didn't even really play for him that season. All right, 1st and 10. Beck throws it. Another completion here, fighting for extra yards. It's going to be about 2 yards shy of that first down marker. Picked up 8 yards on the play, but that's okay. You get 8 yards here, 6 yards there, 4 yards there. They continue to add up and tire out a defense that, hey, defense has been their calling card the last couple of years. Fakes the draw. Beck taking a deep shot here, overthrew him, incomplete. But I like the idea. That's the perfect time to take a shot. 2nd and 2, fake it to the back, go out there, try to beat him deep, but great coverage there. And honestly, he overthrew the receiver there. Looks like Notre Dame linebacker was trying to get some type of a timeout there. Didn't realize he didn't have the weapons he had down there at UGA, but we'll see how this plays out. But he says the test stream was to see if I could be heard, how I looked on screen and whatnot, and I don't want to be stuck just doing vertical streams from the phone or tablet. And so, hey, welcome to JB's world. All right, another run play, but this time Notre Dame gets it from behind. They were expecting it, they stopped it, and that's going to bring up a 4th down there. So Miami, they made some plays on this drive here, but ultimately we are looking at a 4-2. Now, are they consider going for it, or will they punt the ball? Looks like they're going to have to go punt the ball. Garcia says, I smell a Miami University turnover coming, but then again, I knows I'm biased. Leave it to RC. Punts on the way. All right, we will get a return from his own 15 at the 20, still going. Brought down at the 22-yard line there. And so that's where Notre Dame will take over here for their second offensive possession of the game here in the first quarter with about 8 minutes to go. Now, for Lewis' sake, we need to get some points on this board. Obviously, says major, major stop on 3rd and 2. JB, I hope they punt. Well, they did punt. And that was a big time stop there. That was exactly what the doctor ordered. Miami was getting a little bit of momentum there. All right, so again, we're at the commercial here. 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We've seen both teams there with one offensive possession, but the defenses for both of these squads have held up in this one. She says, JB, your quarterback looks like, and don't throw anything at me, but your quarterback looks like Zach Wilson. Well, if you mean Zach Wilson while he was at BYU, I might not be offended, RC. But if you mean the NFL version of Zach Wilson, RC, that's going to be a problem. SM says, JB, have you decided which games you're going to stream for week one? Excellent question, SM. Excellent question. So for me, for week one of the NFL season, I'm definitely going to do the NFL opener. So let me go ahead real quick here on my end and look at the NFL schedule here. Typically, it's usually easy for JB to figure out because for the NFL, there's only so many games that I can stream because I don't have the NFL package. So the Cowboys and Eagles to open up on that Thursday. Definitely going to do that one. Let's see. And then that Sunday, who plays that Sunday night? Sunday night is the Ravens and the Bills. So I can do the Ravens versus the Bills. And then that Monday looks to be Minnesota and Chicago. Pretty sure I can do that one as well. So those will be the ones that I will do for the NFL next week, with it being the opener. See, Mr. JB says Miami, we back. We hear that every year. Let's see if that's the case, though. RC says, JB, you lost me again. You said I said saying looked like Zach Wilson side by side. And so I don't know about that, RC. Don't know about that. I refuse to accept those comparisons. Tell you what though, for the next couple of games though, you'll see a lot of highlights from Julian saying because the games that we have coming up for the next like 2 3 weeks should be easy wins for us. Should be easy wins. Yeah. He says JB is doing Thursday night season opener Cowboys versus Eagles where he promised me a 45-20 win. JB did not make that guarantee. All right, so here we go from Notre Dame. Here, their second offensive drive of the game from their own 22-yard line. Carr throws it. Once again, they run that play again, a quick pass to the receiver. Wait, did he lose the ball? Did he lose the ball? Did he turn over the ball? Did he have possession before they ripped it out? Or was it just a bad throw in general? Show me a replay here. I thought the receiver had the ball, and then all next thing I know, I see a Hurricane player with the football. Turnovers will hurt you. So let's see what happened here. All right, he definitely had possession. That ball did come out, so the only chance was a knee down. From that first angle, I don't think so, but let's take another look. Wait a minute, was that knee down? Still looking. I'm still gonna even though I'm watching, I'm gonna need them to slow it down again. You say, "At least you didn't say the sand looks like Rex Grossman." That'd have been gross, that'd have been gross. And RC's dropping a couple explicit that cannot be repeated here for YouTube's sake. And Lewis is like, yeah, he's like, "What's going on?" So right now, the Hurricanes, after creating that turnover, can they get some points off of the turnover here? Here in the shotgun, three receivers, one tight end, one back. Beck looking, Beck throws one up there, incomplete, incomplete. Just a little too far ahead of that wide receiver there. But yeah, Lewis is like, look, just get some points. He's like, just get some points already. That time he had time, threw it up there, just a little too far there. Just a little too far. If that chemistry was a little better, that could have been a touchdown right there. Should have been a touchdown. All right, 2nd and 10 here for the Miami Hurricanes. Carson Beck looking. Shotgun formation. They're going to opt to run the ball here. And Notre Dame's going to stop them. So now, 3rd down. You just got the turnover here. Can you get a 1st down? Well, she said, JB, I left out kidding me. I said, is you freezing kidding me? Oh, man, RC, RC. Let's see. Tell me this, RC. Are you planning on cooking something amazing for Labor Day? I know you've got something. I know you got something major planned. I know you're RC. I know you got something major planned to cook. All right, 39 here for the Miami Hurricanes. Beck gets the snap. Beck in the pocket. Beck throws it. Completion, but his receiver went down so fast. He thinks he got a 1st down there. Let's see if the referees agree with him. I know they said that the yellow line is not the official line, but if you watch the replay on where he caught it and where he went down immediately, let's see. Yeah, he was so focused on getting down immediately. If he just fell backwards, that would have been a 1st down. Yeah, 4th and 1. All he had to do was just fall back. That would have been an easy 1st down. SM, I'm sure you can agree with me. If he really wanted to get that 1st down, he could have got it. I don't know why he went down like that. He's got to be more aware. That should have been a 1st down for the Miami Hurricanes, but now they got to go for it on a 4th and 1. And they've got Beck out of the shotgun, so everybody's going to be assuming the running back's going to get it on the draw here. That's exactly what happens, but they get the 1st down. The offensive line won that battle. So, hey, when the offensive line does that, you get the 1st. But they should have never been in that situation. Could have easily have been a 1st down before. And someone wanted them to go for it, and they did. RC says, I really might just do 2 slabs of ribs and call it a day. A slab for JB and a slab for RC. That sounds good. So now we got a 1st and 10. And again, here in the 1st quarter with 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Shotgun formation again for the Miami Hurricanes. Let's see if they opt to run it again. Receiver goes in motion. It's going to be a run play. Up the middle, fighting forward, still on his feet. All right, nice carry there up the middle. That has been fairly effective for the Miami Hurricanes when they opt to run the ball. Mercy says we're gonna start out the season being Mr. Butterfingers. Okay, we got a 2nd and 5 here. So can the Hurricanes get the first touchdown of the game? Your defense did their part. Now the offense has to come together and get the score. You've got two receivers top of the screen here, multiple tight ends, shotgun here. With Notre Dame, they've got a couple guys in the middle. Hurricane get it again, and this time, look at that. Met in the backfield. He's going to lose some yards there. That's going to make 3rd down about 3rd and 8. That's exactly what you need if you're Notre Dame. And if you're Miami, that means Carson Beck has got to make the right read here. If you're Notre Dame, you might want to get some pressure here because if Carson Beck has time, I know he can find somebody. So 3rd and 2. What do you call here if you're the Miami Hurricanes? What do you call? I say you sub SM in the game here. He'll make the play. All right, 3rd and 8, guys, here in the first quarter, 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go. We're still scoreless in this one. Lewis needs a touchdown here, so let's see if the Hurricanes can get him that. Beck gets the snap. Beck throws it. Ball deflected in the air. Incomplete. Incomplete. That was a deflection there, so incomplete. 4th down coming up here, and that's going to bring out the field goal unit for the Miami Hurricanes. So again, you had great field position, had an opportunity, you were moving the ball, but ultimately on these 3rd downs, this is exactly where you need Carson Beck to make a play. Even if he caught that ball, I don't know if he gets the first. Huh. RC says, JB, now I'm turning into you. I was screaming, poke the ball out, get the ball out, punch the pigskin out. That was JB yesterday for sure. All right, 28-yard field goal. Oh my goodness, he messed up the snap. The holder couldn't get the ball. He's running for his life here. Oh my goodness, the Hurricanes botched it. They botched an opportunity. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What is he doing? SM, talk to me. Lewis, talk to me. What happened? How did he do that? Are you okay? So that one was on the long snapper. He messed that up because that long snap did not get there. There was not much the holder 94 could do. And by the time he tried to get it lined up, the kicker was already there. He had to pull it. But man, that's a huge mistake for the Miami Hurricanes in this one. You don't want to play around in a game like this and make those kind of mistakes. Every point is critical. Every point is critical. But for RC, I know RC is happy about that. He might just fire up the grill right now. RC says 4th and 8. Oh, come on, Cry, just go for it. Oh man, and right now Lewis is dropping a couple expletives in the background as well. He's like, where are the points coming from? Where are the points coming from? Oh man, opportunities. Opportunities. Man, it's insane. Insanity. But we're gonna see what Notre Dame does. You see, says JB, I'm smiling like someone just rang my doorbell and gave me $500 in cold hard cash with no ties attached. Hey, if you find that person, RC, you send them JB's way. You send them JB's way. Lewis said, I would have kicked the you would have kicked the holder. I mean, but don't you have a play in that situation to where if everything else breaks down, you got to have an emergency play? I felt like nobody for the Miami Hurricanes realized what was going on. There should have been at least one person trying to run a route or something to have to, so that way, they can at least have a chance to throw it in the end zone or something. Like you work on a play when that type of situation happens and the play breaks down. There's got to be some other play because 94 is not built to move at all. But that's a huge mistake. SM says Miami beating themselves. Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, the opportunities were there. The defense made a play. You at least got to come away with 3 points for that. Reward the defense for their hard work. So that was all Miami fought on that one there. For sure. RC says, JB, maybe they actually should have went for it on 4th and 8. I'm pretty sure they knew that this was going to be the outcome, RC. They would have. They would have. As you said, I'm glad they don't get any points because we should We should have given up. We shouldn't have given up points. No more dumb brain turnovers, Notre Dame. So, hey, all I know is that Lewis is saying somebody better score and somebody better score fast, or Lewis is about to set things off down there. I know Lewis is somewhere in the crowd, but man, that was a shocker, and that was on the long snapper because that ball did not get there. That was on the long snapper. That cannot be overlooked. He messed that play up. Way he messed that snap up, you would have thought that he was trying to block Aaron Donald or something like that up the middle. The way he messed up that snap. You know, Mr. JB right now is over there flipping tables. Or she said, "It's a football, not a stick of butter. Hold on to it," he says. Hold on to it. Okay, so now after the botch on the field goal attempt by the Miami Hurricanes. Now we're going to see Notre Dame come out once more offensively, this time from their own 20-yard line. One back in the backfield. You got four receivers here on the play here in the first quarter with 3 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Who's going to make the play in this one? Who's going to make the key plays? We've seen mistakes from both teams here. Who's going to make the key plays? Carr gets it. It's a run play. Oh, nice spin. And Love runs into the defender there. Picks up 8 yards on the play. Talk about slippery there. Second down coming up. So second and 2 here in the first quarter with 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Gets the snap, hands it to the back, up the middle. All right, going to pick up a yard, maybe a yard and a half on the play. So it's going to make it third down coming up here, third and short. Let's see. RC says, JB, don't let J Love get unlocked. Yeah, don't unleash him. All right, but on third and one has to assume he's going to get another carry here. But let's see. Let's see. Third down and one. The Canes, they're bringing guys up close. Doing the tush push thing to do that. I mean, Miami got in the backfield and they're not playing. They got in the backfield fast there. Carr might want to reconsider. He doesn't have the wheels to pay the deals. They don't have their quarterback from last year who could also run. This kid looks slow. I mean, real slow. So they might want to adjust that. They should have just gave it to the back there. But that was a terrible call there. They've got to understand their own personnel. Carr does not seem to have the wheels. That car is not built for speed. Fourth down coming up. So great job by the Miami Hurricanes there. Excellent job. Now Notre Dame will punt the ball. Punts on the way and gets it at the 29-yard line. That was extremely close to the returner there. All right, so Miami will get the football again. She said, JB, I mean, like in Raleigh Leonard, we had another running back out there. The coaches need to realize that Raleigh Leonard's not out there no more. I mean, yeah, Riley Leonard's not walking through that door, but they were calling the plays as if that was Riley Leonard. If that was Leonard, perhaps maybe you get that. But this car kid does not seem to have that type of speed. He's not built for that type of assignment. Kenneth, what's good? Kenneth, how are you? He says, "Hey, my friend, how are you doing tonight? JB is doing good. Hey, I know you're doing good, and I know you're going to be stoked about that Florida State game. How did it feel from start to finish, and when did you realize that Florida State was going to actually come away with that W? And how did that feel for you? That was a massive win for Florida State program. Another run here for the Hurricanes. Oh, look at him go! Look at him go to about the 46-yard line there. So excellent carry there for the young kid. He said you're out with your cousin again and uncle, daughter, 2 kids. That's what's up, Kenneth. RC said you get the ball back, but you don't do anything with it. RC's fired up, y'all. Speaking of fired up here, the Hurricanes are fired up with that first down here. Got it from their own 45-yard line. Receiver goes in motion, gets the snap out of the shotgun. feeds to the back up the middle again, and another nice carry up the middle this time for about 4 yards on the play. So that run game has been looking pretty good for the Miami Hurricanes so far in this one. So now, and again, we're running out of time here in the first quarter. 45 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Lewis, you better hope the second quarter has a lot of scoring because right now we're still scoreless in this one. Shotgun here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Beck throws it. Incomplete. Receiver dropped it there. So just like that. Oh man, Carson Beck. He's got 35 yards to his name so far in this one. Third down coming up here. 3rd and 7. Could not get the completion there. So can they get the first down? If he says CJ Carr not like CJ Snail. And Kenneth says it was a great game for the Knowles. And so yeah, I was excited for you guys. Quarterback looks amazing. 3rd and 7. Beck throws it, gets to his receiver. His receiver uses his speed, gets the first down before he shoved out of bounds there, but definitely a great pickup. And that's exactly what you needed right there if you're the Miami Hurricanes. On plays like that, you got to make the play. Got to make the play. Excellent. He says, JB, this has been a dry offensive game when it comes to fireworks on the board. I see what you did there. All right, another first down for the Miami Hurricanes there. And that's how they're going to end the quarter. And that looks like Tooney with the reception. I still get a little afraid every time I see a guy with the name Tooney on his on the back of his jersey, but that's an excellent job. And he's gotten them back-to-back catches there. So 2 catches for 24 yards so far in this one. So Carson Beck, starting to find a guy he's building rapport with, like these underneath routes that they're running right now. Let's see what happens in the second quarter. But right now, at the end of the first quarter, it is 0-0 in this one between Notre Dame and Miami. So Lewis, you need a huge second quarter offensively here if you're going to hit that over. All right, let's see. RC says you watched a lot of that Bama and Florida State game on TV and in Rhinos chat until you had to go run some errands. And so, oh, nice. I didn't realize he was live streaming the Bama and Florida State game. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I am a little concerned about JB's pick'ems this week in college football, but I know that the same ones that I got wrong are probably the same ones that both Zoe and Old Man got wrong as well. So she says Person Pest. Oh man. But again, we are here at the end of the first quarter, and it's still scoreless in this one. So if you happen to miss some of the first quarter, you didn't really miss too much, but there was some missed opportunities there for both teams. Miami defensively, they looked pretty good. Got to say that much, but they made their share of mistakes on the field as well. So we'll see what they have in store moving forward. One thing I'll say that seems to be a huge strength from Miami defensively versus Notre Dame early in this one is the fact that Miami has speed on defense, which is no surprise. Miami's always got speed on defense, and they're getting after Carr, and Carr does not have the mobility to get away. Every time that they win their matchup and chase Carr, Carr just ends up having to either run towards the sideline, breaks the play. He cannot make those plays. And when they tried to have him run up the middle, he's just not built for that against this type of team. So Notre Dame's going to have to make those adjustments. And it says we got NFL game Friday again. That's right, the Chiefs and the Chargers. We do have that one Friday. Who you like in that one, Kenneth? Who you like between the Chiefs and the Chargers? And that's new because normally we have the opener that Thursday, then we all gotta wait. But it's weird because I'm looking at some fantasy teams in my league, and some guys have all of their most of their players playing that Thursday and then that Friday. So by the time we reach Sunday, most of their players are already have played. I said, JB, even when I did a test stream when the computer, the bots came in to bother you, you said you only had two people in the chat with you and the bots go away. They're super, super small fry. You're a super, super small fry. Well, actually, RC, you're big time now. All right, so Kenneth says the Chiefs. All right, what's the final score you think that one's going to be? The Chiefs and the Chargers in that one in the opener. If I had to guess, probably Chiefs 24, Chargers, I'll say 17, 24, 17, something like that. She said, Dave, you've now reached over 1,300 subs on the channel, RC. I mean, how does it feel? Because where were you at the beginning of the year, RC, in terms of subscribers? Because this it seems like you're growing at an extremely fast race, or pace. So, how many subscribers did you have at the beginning of the calendar year? At the start of the second quarter, guys. Can we get some offensive points in this one, or will it continue to be a defensive fest in this one? We'll find out shortly. All right, so here we go. Shotgun formation for the Miami Hurricanes. Feeds it to the back, in the back, looking for room. Still looking. Brought down around the line of scrimmage there. No gain on the play. Second down coming up. Notre Dame snuffed that one out. Kenneth says, do you got a number of subs you want to be at before the end of the year? And so honestly, Kenneth, for me, now that I have a decent amount of subs, my focus is more so each stream that I have, how many people actually show up to the stream. That is the number that for me, I guess my main focus is if I can get that number to consistently grow that each time I go live, like I can see anywhere from like, let's just say 4 or 500 would be an awesome number to have each time I go live. At this rate, that would be an awesome goal for me. Oh, snap. We have a defensive player for Notre Dame that's injured on the play, and he seems to be in a lot of pain. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's really hurt. Is he grabbing his wrist? Because you look at that replay when he was going up for the ball there, and yeah, he looks to be in a lot of pain. She said at the beginning of the year you was at like 920 to 925 range there. So okay, and we still got, like about a third of the year left to go. So I mean like a fourth of the year left to go. So yeah, good growth right there, RC. That is good growth. She said we are lucky that wasn't pass interference call. Oh, now he's hurt. Yeah, now he is hurt. So they're currently right now going to be pinning to him while we're at the commercial. You know what? JB might add an additional stream. I'm gonna connect with Zoe and see if I can do some type of additional, but I'm not sure how that would make sense there. Maybe it's some type of pre college game day because I was talking to another one of my homeboys who wants to go live with me. I just got to figure out schedule and how that's gonna work. So it would probably be something on the weekend, an additional like non, play by play type of stream, just to see, like how that works. I've got to connect with him, probably Zoe also, and see if we can find something that'll work for the three of us. Also, old man as well, if he's not working on the weekend also. So there's some stuff in the works. Some stuff in the works. Let's see. She says the other channel I have, JB, that one has went from 199 subs to 224 subs in just 6 days. In just 6 days? Oh wow. That's great. That's great. Anytime I see a super fast jump for my channel, I get a little concerned because that's when YouTube goes through it and they start scrubbing people anytime you gain a lot. Because I remember one time I had gained a ton of subscribers from one live stream because like someone that came through the channel and rated, and it was like a huge channel. So I had gained like hundreds of subscribers. And then like the next week, YouTube slowly continued to just like remove them, remove them, and then removed a couple extra as well. So I'm always concerned when I see, especially from one stream, like it's like, oh, a lot of people, subscribe there. It's sad that it's that way, but I don't know why YouTube does that. It's like, hey, let the people subscribe. This JB, you need to do a 30-minute show with 7 to 10 people and call it Numbers Crunch. Numbers Crunch. And so, oh man, I mean, there's so many different ways there, but honestly, it's just gonna come down to I want to have another stream that I feel like gets a lot of retention, like new people who want to join is exciting for them as well, other than just to listen to, JB go through the play-by-plays and stuff. Okay, it's good to see that the defensive back, he's standing up on his own there. That's good. He's all smiles there. So really, JB, that's wild. That's insane. They don't want you to see that. Yeah, they don't want to see you grow that fast. They don't, because they feel like if you do that, you probably paid for it, is what they feel like. Beck throws it up there for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. Cover your eyes, RC. You're not going to want to see that. But Carson Beck through the storm, threw it to Tooney. Malachi Tooney with a 28-yard reception, 8 plays, 70 yards, 2 minutes and 43 seconds here. And so this is where SM comes through and says, JB, you see that? JB's not even tripping. How about that? I know Mr. JB right now is striking up the band. I know SM, he's going crazy. Lewis is like finally some points. Meanwhile, RC, he's flipping the grill right now. He is flipping the grill. RC says, whatever. Extra point is good. All right. 7-0 is a score now. Miami on the board first in this one. With about 14 minutes and 3 seconds to go here before halftime, Miami puts together the drive. Look at that. Look at that. The kid Tooney, number 10, put a star around him. The kid knows what he's doing. He's making plays for them. He's got the speed. We saw him earlier in the drive making some key plays here. Feed him the football. So how about that? Carson Beck with the touchdown, and he's fired up. He's fired up. RC says, CJ Bike, get it together. He says, get it together. All right, so that touchdown there. Lewis wants to see more points, though. I know he wants to see more points in this one. But man, that was big time. Now the Hurricanes are going to get ready to kick the ball off here. But yeah, RC, if you ever need any advice about, like just anything pertaining to using the laptop when you go live, just let your boy know. Because I mean, nobody probably uses the laptop more than JB does when it comes to going live. I've got like 2 extra monitors now. I started off at first with like one extra monitor, but I've got 2 extra monitors now hooked up to the laptop. And I still use my tablet on the side. RC says, well, well, JB, let's see if my fighting Irish can answer the dinner bell. Not the dinner bell. All right, so Miami's got the confidence now. Can the fighting Irish get things going here? Especially being Miami, so you already know the crowd's into it as well. They're fired up right now. This is the same Hurricanes last year that started off 10-0 last year. Obviously, some differences here, but they won a big win. All right, fighting Irish from their own 15-yard line, looking, finds his running back, brings him down after picking up 3 yards there on the play. Second down coming up. And again, CJ Carr, his father used to be the head ball coach at Michigan once upon a time. So he's definitely have the coach's smarts, they say. So let's see. Second and 7. So run play here. Love fighting. Picks up about good 2 yards on the carry. That's going to make it 3rd and 5. Now on 3rd down, can Carr make the play when he's feeling the pressure? He's not going to be able to run and extend too many plays here. So can he get the ball out quickly? And who does he target here? That's the question. RC said, if we go 3 and out, this ish could get ugly. If you guys do that, this will be the second year in a row that that JB would have been dead wrong going against the Miami Hurricanes. Because last year was when the Hurricanes played the Florida Gators, and yeah, the Gators got embarrassed. So let's see if that's the case here with Notre Dame today. Complete pass. Even if he caught the ball, it wouldn't have been enough for the first down. I don't know what the kid doing. I don't know what Notre Dame is calling right now, but it's not working. Talk about ultra conservative. It's not working. It's some of the dumbest plays I've seen in a minute. I don't know what Notre Dame's doing right now. I don't know what Notre Dame's doing right now. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Even if he catches the ball, he's still short by about 3 yards. So why would you look to go there? He clearly was the first read. What are you thinking? Talk to him, RC, before I talk to him. All right, punts on the way. All right, no return here. So let's see if Miami can score again. They've already reached the end zone one time. They figured it out. They have figured it out. Let's see if they can go out there and score again. RC says Miami defense got some real bite and snap to them. That's what I'm peeping. They got a little bit more than that, RC. He said maybe we should have just played Illinois State in week 1. He's like, maybe that's the route we should have took this year. Maybe. Oh man, RC. Maybe. Right now, the Hurricanes, they've got the momentum. Let's see what they do when they come out there. Because Mark Fletcher Jr. for the Miami Hurricanes, their leading rusher, he's got 5 carries for 23 yards so far in this one. They've also ran Jordan Lyle 5 times as well. He's got 11 yards rushing for the Miami Hurricanes. And this one, Carson Beck, 7 of 12 for 87 yards passing and a touchdown so far in this one for the Miami Hurricanes there. And receiving wise, Malachi Tooney, 3 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Then you add on Marion, he's got 2 catches, 22 yards there. And so Miami putting in the work. And they could have had more points than that. They could have had more points than that. And SM comes through with trivia time. He says, name that quarterback. Played for Miami. His mother appeared in a popular 90s movie, and he was drafted in the 6th round despite being heralded as a top quarterback. So, who's that quarterback? Ooh, let's see. This is a very good question there, SM. And so, let's see. You say that he was drafted in the 6th round. So I'm thinking Miami quarterback that was drafted in the 6th round. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? 'Cause there's one quarterback that comes to mind. I know he was drafted late. Can't remember if it was the 6th round there. Let's see. Well, he says Illinois State got beat 3-35 by Oklahoma there in week 1. So, oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. All right, so Magic Man's gonna take the first shot here and says it's Kafka, right? And so is Magic Man correct or not, SM? Let us know. He said, who's coaching my team? Coach Prime, this is unacceptable. Oh, shots fired at Coach Prime right now, RC. Dang. She said he's just gonna be taking some shots here. Nothing but- That's an excellent trivia question, SM. So I'm gonna leave it up there. See if anybody can get the answer real quick there before I switch it. And again, Magic Man said Kafka. was that guy. And so we're waiting to see if that is correct or not, because JB's trying to really think here, but JB is drawing some blanks here. So here we go. And I will star this one. Magic Man says, "Go Canes." All right, speaking of Canes here, so Carson Beck for the lineup in a shotgun formation again. They're up 7-0. They could have had more points earlier if the special teams unit would have been just decent on that try on that play there. But here we go. Four receivers, one back. They're going to hand it to the back up the middle, and he's going to fight for about 3 yards on the play. Second down coming up. Let's see, RC. He set the sixth round though, so oh man, I'm pretty sure that Vinny Testaverde back at that time was already probably like older than the woman at that time. All right, second and 8, they say with 12 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play. Here in the shotgun, Beck gets the snap. Notre Dame bringing pressure. Beck throws it complete, incomplete. Third down coming up. That's a play you got to find a way to make. Got to find a way to make. Third and 8 coming up for the Miami Hurricanes, who lead this one 7-0 here in the second quarter with 11 minutes and 51 seconds to go. See what she said. JB hit the nail on the head. This is too conservative when you're down out the gate. And so yes, third and 8. Let's see if the Hurricanes can pick up a first down here. 4 seconds right now on the play clock. Got to snap the ball. Gets the snap. Beck in the pocket. Beck throwing his legs here. Takes the hit, but there is a penalty. Referee threw a penalty here. Was it good for nothing? I said, I don't know. Total guess. Good old Vinny Testaverde. And Matchman said his mom was in Friday asking about a VCR. Yes. Yes. So let's see. Where's that flag? Okay, I see. Oh, yeah. Holding on for dear life. Y'all know how Carson Beck like never smiled when he was at UGA? He always just had this like dead expression on his face. So it's weird to see him like actually smiling and stuff. So I just had to point that out. All right, so after the penalty there, the Miami Hurricanes now face a third and 18. Marcy says, JB, I need something to cheer for, man. Come on. Quick pass, caught by the Hurricanes. Made the first guy miss, spins away from the second guy, but eventually brought down from their own 33-yard line. So well shy of that first down marker. Did that ball come out? Possibly, but either way, the punt unit's coming out here for the Miami Hurricanes. Marcy said, at Georgia, he was Kawhi Beck. And SM said, Magic Man got it, Brad Kaya. So, yes, yes. Shout out to Magic Man there. Knowing his stuff, knowing his stuff. All right, so here goes the punt unit for the Miami Hurricane. Punt on the way. Caught from the 31-yard line and brought down at about the 32-yard line. And that's for Notre Dame. We'll take over with the football here. Again, the score right now, Hurricanes 7, Fighting Irish 0 so far in this one. And when we come back, we'll see if Notre Dame can put together an offensive drive here. RC said he's not playing around. RC said he's going to be calling for quarterback number 2 if this mess keeps up. He's like, whoever ignites the fire, that's who he wants in there. But he said, this is not for play play. So she said, we out here looking like the worst offense in all the country. That's what he's saying. Or is he not impressed by what he's seeing so far from the Fighting Irish in this one? See, and she said, JB, strap on the helmet and get out there in the Air Force One cleats, not JB. We're not summoning JB. Oh man, believe me, all it's gonna take is one drive RC, and you be like, you know what, JB, you're done. Your night's done. Oh man. Magic Man says worst offense in the country belongs to Texas and Arch. Ooh, Magic Man not playing around there. And so, I mean, it's like JB always says, it's never as bad as it seems. You know, it's the first game really starting for him in terms of a big time matchup there, going against the defending champs at the defending champs there. That's pretty tough there, but I do think we'll see obviously improvements as the year goes on. You know, maybe they crowned him way too early, but it doesn't mean that towards the end of his career that he can't at some point reach that point, but he's just not there right now. But that's okay. He's got time to grow. SM says Carson Beck will one day be a trivia question. Name the quarterback that looked like Sloth from Ice Age. SM, now I can't unsee it. Now I can't unsee it. Oh man. But she said, Magic Man, you mean botched Manning or was it harsh Manning? Oh man. You guys let me know who do you have winning this one here. It's not too late to let JB know who you're rocking with in this one. Is it Notre Dame? Is it Miami? Let JB know. All right, here we go. First and 10 here for the Fighting Irish. They got to find some way to get this offense going. Tight end goes in motion. It's a run play. It takes everything, just keeping those legs turning to pick up 2 yards there on the play. Anytime I see an offense continuously just keep getting the ball out of their hands that quickly, that tells me they don't trust their offensive line to hold their blocks that long. Second and 8 for the Fighting Irish. All right, so Carr's going to run. He's like, I'm going to show JB just yet I can move that ball. Picked up 6 yards on the play. So now, third down coming up here. All of his completions within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. That really tells me they're not letting this kid air it out at all. Magic Man says weeds also take time to grow, and like weeds, Arch is pretty useless. You know what, Magic Man? We probably never agreed on anything more than what you just said right there. And two, love. Fighting, love. He may have had enough for the first down, but let's see what the referees mark him at. I believe he had just enough to get the first down off the initial push. Here in the second quarter with about 9 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Right now, Miami up 7-0, but the Fighting Irish, they have the football. The Fighting Irish have a first down. Can the Fighting Irish get their first points of the game? Right now, I know that they are pissing off Lewis right now in the background. He's not saying anything right now because he can't drink his drinks right now. So he's pissed. He wants some more points. Do it for Lewis. All right, shotgun here. Another run play off the right side. Okay, Love. Look at him. Look at him. Nice pickup. Probably about 14 yards on the play. That's what this kid is capable of if that offensive line can give him a little bit of a hole. That's all he needs. That's all he needs. Now look at that. You look at the replay there. Linebacker came off the edge there. They pulled a couple guards up the middle, and that time Love took the contact, fell forward there. Gotta love a running back that falls forward when he gets hit. This is at Notre Dame 27, Miami 20. That's just prediction earlier, but you just don't know now. I will say this: Clemson did. I think, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Clemson score first against LSU last night? So hey, there's still plenty of time. She says, finally a first down in this thing. Let's see. RC said that was, oh, that was Price, not Love. Okay, okay. Bet. Yeah, that was Price there. JB tripping. I saw the 4, instantly thought Love. I forgot that Price was coming back. I didn't even realize that he was returned. JB's tripping. Espen says Miami should be up 10-0. That's right. That's right. That special teams play made the mistake there. And honestly, if Beck was able to put enough under that ball for a couple passes there, it could have been more than that, SM. It could have been more than that. But you never let a team hang around when you have the opportunity to go out there and get some points and make it a 2-score lead, get the crowd behind you, all that great stuff. All right, shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Draw play again, and Love picks up a yard. Looks like he slipped on the play. He's frustrated. Minutes and 42 seconds left to go. Again, the score right now, Miami Hurricanes up 7-0 against Notre Dame. And so I said, Price wears 24 and Love wears 4, JB. And so appreciate that. Let's see. RC says Miami should be down 32. All right, RC. I'm sure Lewis wished that was the case, though, for the points, though. All right, 2nd and 9. Tight end goes in motion here from the 43-yard line of the Hurricanes. Throws it, gets the completion there. That's going to be a first down before the guy picks him up and slings him to the ground, but not until after he picked up the first down with a couple yards to spare. 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And Notre Dame right now on the move. He found his target. Not believe in throwing that ball deep. At some point, he's going to lull these defenders close because he does not believe in taking a deep shot. 7:40 to go here in a second. Fighting Irish trailing 7-0. They've got the football here. Carr in there at quarterback. Slot receiver goes in motion. Throws this one incomplete. 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 And again, they have put Love out there at the slot receiver spot. 7:27 to go. The Hurricanes 33-yard line. It's another run play. Oh, look at him. Get to the outside here. You're not going to stop him when he makes up his mind. And he's going to take them deep in the red zone here within the 5. Let's see where they marked him out at. But that time, Love, he just started moving. He started moving. When he had that space, I said to myself, good luck to the guy that's got to bring him down. Archie says, JB, I was screaming at him to go down because not so that they don't rip the ball out, maybe. Let's see. Magic Man says, if anything, Miami should be up by more bot field goal and wasted field position twice. Magic Man says that Notre Dame has done nothing. All right, so here we go. Will they find a way to punch it in here? Miami has to assume that they're going to try to give Love the ball. Notre Dame calls a timeout right now. Good job to save themselves from the penalty here. And she says, hello, Barry Sanders lives in body. He says, let's go. He says, let's go. Wow. That was a big time run, though. That was a big time run. So now after that timeout here, Fighting Irish got to find a way. Got to find a way. Let's see. RC says, Magic Man, nothing but have butterfingers and mishaps. But they're trying to switch the narrative right now with a 1st and goal here for the Fighting Irish. So far, the current drive, 8 plays, 65 yards, 4 minutes and 32 seconds in terms of time possession off the clock. but it only matters if you come away with some points. Or she says, JB, you think we're going to score a touchdown right here? I think so. And so Carr keeps it himself here. These coordinators, they you, you got two amazing running backs here. You're still trying to have Carr running up the middle when they're expecting them to run it, but I get it. You don't want them to over pursue on the run game. I get it. Now you got yourself in a second and goal situation here. This is what you came up with after the timeout. 6:12 to go. They need 3 yards for the end zone. Gonna hand it to the back. In the back. Oh, he lost the ball. He lost the ball. Luckily for him, Carr fell on the football. But man, Price lost the football. Wow. Samuel, what's good? And so Samuel says, hey, what's up, bro? Yo, yo, JB at Dallas, Texas. Yeehaw, y'all. What's good? RC said, Marcus Conservative Freeman. All right, third and goal, guys. Can Notre Dame find a way to get into the end zone, or will this Hurricane defense make a play? Carr on the move. Carr. He's been spooked. Carr running around. Oh, man. Looking. Throws it. Oh, my goodness. Just when I thought he was going to lose a ton of yards, he gets the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. To Gilbert. Wow. When it rains, it pours. And right now, it's pouring points right now. 11 plays, 68 yards, 5 minutes and 49 seconds in terms of time possession off the clock. And look at that. He turned into Houdini on the play. Because just when I thought, oh my goodness, he's not going to be able to outrun a soul, that D lineman couldn't get his footing for nothing. And it cost them. So now Notre Dame with the opportunity to tie it up with the PAT here in the second quarter at 5 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here before the half. And that's exactly what they do. Tie things up here 7-7 in this one. Marcy says, I can't, man. I can't, man. I can. He says he can, y'all. And so RC, oh man, I know he's loving that one. I know he's loving that one. And right now, if you're a Miami Hurricane fan, you're extremely frustrating because you're feeling right now that that should have been a sack. Like if the guy just keeps his footing and prevents that, you're like that should have never happened in that opportunity. You're thinking about the missed field goal as well, all the mishaps right now. But right now the score is 7-7. Whoever makes the most plays from here on out, that's who will win the game. She says, JB, all that running had me thinking the absolute worst. And so Samuel says he's sorry for coming there late. And so, hey, better late than never, Samuel. Always glad to have you come through there, Samuel. Absolutely. You probably was picking up some food, some good food, JB imagines. All right, so the Fighting Irish getting ready for the kickoff here. And let's see if the Hurricanes will return it. No chance at that. Mercy says CJ Scooter was running for his life. At least he had the wherewithal to look downfield and see a wide open receiver. So, yes. And that happened because the Miami defender fell to his face. If he wouldn't have face planted on that pass rush, things could have been different. But what a play for the Fighting Irish. That's exactly what the doctor drew up. Samuel, you missed the first quarter, but we're in the second quarter right now with about 5 minutes and 21 seconds to go. So, yeah, you missed a good portion of the second, but we're still in the second right now with 5 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Hurricanes, draw play up the middle, picks up 5 yards on the carry. Second down coming up. So, with 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. RC says, Jamie, if we got Roger Leonard drafted in the NFL, I know we can get you drafted. I'm looking forward to it, RC. Second and 5, threw that one. Got the completion, and where else? Tooney. He's been making plays left and right. Absolutely, Samuel, and thank you for coming through against CJ Carr. That was big for the kid. Sometimes it takes a play like that to get you a little bit of confidence, get that monkey off your back, let you go out there, feel more relaxed, and make better plays. But let's see, 7-7. Hurricanes now looking to try to respond. They got a fresh set of downs here. Get it to the back up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards there on the play. 4 minutes left to go here before we reach halftime. And again, all tied up 7-7 in this one. And again, since we're all tied up, you guys tell JB who you got winning this one. Who is going to make the plays to win this game? That's what JB wants to know. All right, so 3:20 to go here in a second. Carson Beck in the pocket. Carson Beck throws it, gets the completion there. Okay, at the 48-yard line. First down there for the Miami Hurricanes with about 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Let's see. Samuel says, "Hey JB, look, watching yesterday NCAA college, Georgia and Alabama, LSU for more." And so you know what? I saw the Alabama Florida State game there. I did see some of that one, especially when I realized like Florida State had a good chance of actually winning that one. So I did tune in for that one there. The LSU one, I did get to see some of that one too. I did get to see some of LSU versus Clemson, not the full game, but I saw more so like the first half of it. I did not get to see how it ended though. So, but congratulations to LSU. The Georgia game, I didn't watch that one. Them versus Marshall there, they took care of business. There was no doubt about that one. So Miami, another tough run for the Miami Hurricanes there up the middle. I'm sorry, off the right guard. That was Brown on the carry. What can Brown do for you? She said, I said Notre Dame over Miami 27-20. Oh man, RC. So you need to see us force some turnovers or something. So we're at the, let's see, 2 minute mark here before halftime. All tied up 7-7. So if you're the Hurricanes, you can continue to move the ball, take your time, just make sure that you're the ones with the ability to score before halftime and just protect that football. RC says, JB, the clock has been moving, 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 moving tonight. Yes, it has been moving. All right, so Sammy says he's watching the NCAA game, Alabama and Ole Miss, Georgia, LSU for more. So, okay, okay, Samuel. Matter of fact, JB needs to take a quick look at the week 2 for NCAA football, see what games they have in store. Let's see. Do we have good games like we did for week 1 and week 2 is the real question. So pay attention to the top 25. Ooh, Iowa plays Iowa State next week, RC. Maybe RC might go live for that one. Who knows? Oklahoma State versus Oregon. Ole Miss versus Kentucky next week. That should be an interesting one. Florida versus Florida. All right, so next week seems to be a lot more softer games there. Ooh, Michigan versus Oklahoma. That one is going to be between two ranked teams there. I might end up streaming that one. Michigan versus Oklahoma next Saturday. I may end up streaming that one. Let's see. RC says, JB, what has been the most exciting game to you during the week one college football? Well, I got to go with the Ohio State one, honestly. I mean, it was extremely exciting to watch my defense go out there play that good. It was a little nerve wracking for JB throughout most of it there, but I enjoyed that one. So for me, it's that Ohio State Texas game. That was the most exciting one. But hey, that Florida State Alabama one, I mean, I enjoyed that one just as much. I did. Yesterday game, Ole Miss, they won that one. If it says Iowa versus Iowa State, that's a huge, huge rivalry game. Sammy says, hey, you JB live streaming Mississippi State. And so Mississippi State plays Arizona State. Arizona State's ranked pretty high there. And so I feel like at some point I will at some point this season live stream Mississippi State. I feel like when Mississippi State plays against a team like maybe UGA, that might be when I do it, but it comes on at the same time as Michigan and Oklahoma. So I may end up doing the Michigan Oklahoma one that week, next week. So that's the game I'm leaning towards for now. But I am putting some consideration also potentially for Iowa versus Iowa State. So if I do an early game, it'll be Iowa versus Iowa State. If I choose to do later, it'll be Oklahoma versus Michigan. Just depends, I guess, how my schedule works out, which game I can do. All right, 2nd and 7 for Carson Beck in the offense. Throws it short to the running back, and the running back picks up the first down there. Nice pickup on the play. Again, they found Brown out the backfield. Unless he says who's Ohio State play next. Ooh. We play Grambling. So yeah, Grambling. So that's gonna be one of those butt to the behind type of beatdowns next week. Samuel says yesterday's crazy game, Georgia Bulldogs game, they won it. I know Lewis was happy about that. Meanwhile, a run up the middle. 2nd down coming up. And again, 120 left to go here in the second quarter of play. And the Miami Hurricanes, they have one timeout to work with. Some says, JB, which quarterback prospect do I think played the best? Ooh, let JB take a little time to think about that one at halftime because that's a very good question. Like, because I didn't watch every single game, but in terms of some of the prospects that lived up to the hype, oh man, that's a very good question when we say played the best of the best. So I may need to check a couple stats from week one to truly know how that went. But yeah, that's a great question. 1st and 10, Hurricanes throw it, picks up some yards, but still about 3 yards shy of that first down marker. 28 seconds left to go. Because I will say that I feel like Baylor quarterback did pretty good in the opener. Trying to think statistically if that was the best I can think of. And that's despite the fact that they did lose to Auburn, but over 400 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. Even though his team didn't win, but Sawyer Robertson did pretty good for Baylor. But I'm trying to think who else statistically, because some guys won, but their numbers probably wasn't as great. I'll throw that one out there for now. Baylor's quarterback Sawyer Robertson. Let's see. She says, scrambling, rambling their way to a 72-3 loss. 15 seconds left. Hurricanes final timeout. Let's see. Let's see. Says Fever 3 and Valkyrie's 10. Interesting. And she said, JB, who you got winning tomorrow night? Ooh, that's a good question. Between North Carolina and TCU, I love TCU's quarterback. I love Josh Hoover. He's a safe over for any player prop if ever there is a quarterback that's coming back. Oh, what a play! Did you see that play? Oh my goodness, what a catch! Are you kidding me? Last time I seen a man make a catch like that was RC grabbing a hot dog from falling. Man, that was a catch. Wow, 10 plays, 75 yards, over 5 minutes of turn time possession, but that was a catch. He snagged that one out the air. My goodness. My goodness. Give credit where credit is due. Daniels made a play. He made a play. So just when I was thinking that they were going to have to opt for a field goal, my man made a play. But yeah, TCU versus North Carolina, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with TCU in that one. I'm going to go ahead and put my faith and the experienced quarterback, I'm gonna go with him. Because he says, "Bye, JB." Oh man, RC, don't do it. Don't do it. They're gonna. What are they reviewing? All right, let's see. Did he secure it all the way? I mean, even so, it's not like it touched the ground. That's a catch. Get a man a catch. Stop playing around. Stop playing around. A catch is a catch. All right, let's look at the replay one more time. See why we're looking at this. Even though, yes, the ball moved, but it never touches the ground during that moment, and then his hand secures it. A touchdown. That's a touchdown. Because he says, ridiculous catch. Can't do nothing about it. Because there's not much you can do about it. To make that kind of catch, knowing that you're exposing yourself to a DB that could be flying at you full speed, man, that takes some guts right there. That was a catch. Magic Man says, let's go. He says, great catch. Or he says, flip the angle again. Oh man, he's flipping angles like he's flipping burgers, y'all. Let's see. Samuel says, "Hey JB, live streaming, live chat. Watch. You say 5 for like 9 now. 5 for like 9. You say? Sorry, JB's tripping here. But man, what a play! What a play! So yeah, they're feeding off the crowd here, and the crowd's feeding off their play. Excellent play because they had no timeouts remaining either, so they had to take a shot towards the end zone, and that they did. So 14-7 is the score here for the Miami Hurricanes up in this one here. So that's 21 combined points there. I know Lewis took the over in this one. He's got to get to just 49 points, so he wants to see a lot more plays like this. Oh, he got 15 bad. He got 15 bad. That's on 15. If I'm the coach, I've gotten 15 by the face mask here. What are you doing out there? You have one job. Don't let them get behind you. RC says that's athleticism and an NFL type of catch right there. You better believe it. And a great throw to give your man an opportunity there. You just threw it up there. It could have went to anybody. If he doesn't get a hand up like that, maybe that ball goes number 8 for the interception. So tremendous job and tremendous catch right there. Look at that. Michael Irvin out here just oh man, he's fired up about that. I love the support he shows his alma mater like that. That's great. Our sits out here looking like CD Lamb, aka the chosen one. He said, just go to halftime Notre Dame. Ain't nothing y'all gonna do but for us in 12 seconds. I think that Notre Dame agrees. So let's see. And so Daniel, what's good? Daniel Berry Sports Highlight, what's good with you? Daniel says, happy Sunday. Hey, everyone. Yes, happy Sunday to you. And what a game we've got now. Hurricanes up 14-7. There's just 12 seconds left before we reach halftime. I expect Notre Dame to come in and just take that knee and take us to halftime, but let's see what happens. And it says, hey, RC. And hey, Samuel. Samuel says, hey, what up, bro? Yo, Daniel. All right, so we're going to take a knee. All right, that's going to take us to halftime. So at halftime here, hey, the first quarter, we were scoreless at the end of the first quarter, but in the second quarter, 21 points came in the second quarter. So let's see in the third quarter if we'll see more of the same. But right now, Miami, they get the football to start off the second half. They got the momentum right now. They've got the lead right now, 14-7 here. They've got confidence. Carson Beck believing in his receivers and his receivers believing in him. The running backs been running hard here. So right now, a lot of good things happening for Miami, and they could have been up by even more points. Honestly, if you keep it a buck, if it wasn't for a couple mistakes here, they could have been up by even more. But both teams will have to come in there, make adjustments at halftime here, and see how things play out the rest of the way. And just to recap, the first half. I'll start first with Notre Dame. So with Notre Dame passing, C.J. Carr, 8 of 12 for just 54 yards passing and a touchdown. They're going to need more from him to get some of their playmakers involved on a perimeter as well. He's not throwing very many passes beyond 5 yards, to be honest with you. He's averaging 4.5 yards of completion here. That's not moving the chains here. They need more than that. And in key situations on key third downs, he's just not looking deep enough, in my opinion, to get some plays. On the ground game, Price, leading rusher for Notre Dame, 6 carries, 45 yards so far in this one, including a 30-yard run earlier. Jeremiah Love, he's got 4 carries for 13 yards in this one. And Carr's got 3 carries for 4 yards as well on the ground. So as a team, they've got 61 yards rushing. Receiving rise. Jordan Faison, number 6 for Notre Dame. He's the leading receiver. He's got 3 catches for 27 yards. Mika Gilbert, he's got 2 catches, 17 yards, and basically everybody else combines for like 10 yards receiving. So now the Hurricanes. Carson Beck, the transfer from UGA. He's currently 13 of 20 for 147 yards passing and 2 passing touchdowns, no interceptions here. So he's throwing the ball here, getting more and more confidence there. Gotta love that for him. Rushing rise. Mark Fletcher Jr., number 4 for the Miami Hurricanes. He's got 6 carries for 25 yards. And this one, his longest run of 15 yards. And Tamar Brown, number 6. What can Brown do for you? Well, he's got 4 carries for 15 yards so far in this one. His longest rush, 5 yards. Jordan Lyle, he had a couple carries earlier in the game, 5 carries for 11 yards. So as a team, they combine for 41 yards rushing. But they're doing damage when it comes to their receivers. You know, Malati Tooney, number 10, he's got 4 catches, 59 yards, and the first receiving touchdown. But it didn't stop there. You know, CJ Daniels, we just saw him snag the ball out the air. I mean, I honestly didn't know where that ball was going to go, but he out the air and he got that reception there for the touchdown. He's got 3 catches for 34 yards, including a 20-yard touchdown reception. Then Keelan Marion, he's got 3 catches for 29 yards there. He's number 0. And then Tamar Brown out the backfield, 2 catches, 17 yards. And Joshua Moore, number 3 for the Hurricanes, 1 catch for 8 yards so far in this one. Let's see. She said, JB, forget this game. I'm gonna pick my cow from the train station and my moose from the airport, RC. Those are some interesting errands you've got to run. Lefty, what's good with you, Lefty? And Lefty says, come on, Irish. So he wants to see more from the Fighting Irish. He wants to do a little fight from the Fighting Irish, honestly. RC said, JB, what you gonna do and discuss during this 48-minute? First of all, if it's 48 minutes, then JB's got to pick up a microphone or something and sing. If it's 48 minutes long. He says, Lefty, we don't really have a real offensive bag. We better hope the ground game explodes in the second half and this PP poor secondary step up like please. So RC's not happy with what he's seeing. Eric, what's good? And Eric says, JB, hey, buddy, doing well? JB is doing great. JB's still feeling pretty good off of the Ohio State win. You know, that makes JB feel great there. And we saw a couple of upsets, a certain upset yesterday. Jock JB with Florida State taking the win. I'm just happy for the people at Tallahassee there. I know it was a tough year last year. I can't imagine being a fan where 2 years ago you felt disrespected because you didn't make it into the college football playoffs back then when it was a lot shorter. Then last year you got embarrassed. You know, DJU turned the program into FS who. But hey, they're back, and I'm happy for them. I'm really happy for them. That's the beauty. That's the beautiful thing about college football. If you're a fan of the ACC is better when you have a team like Florida State that can still go out there and get a major win for the conference. Because we all know how everybody talks about the SEC, the Big Ten all the time as if it's just those two conferences. But the ACC, they say that they're a conference to be, respected as well. Now, it would have been huge for them if Clemson would have found a way to beat LSU, but that was not the case. But still, that was a big win for Florida State and for the conference in general. Lefty says, your uncle played hockey at Notre Dame. What years did he play, Lefty? What years did he play? I didn't know that. You said so you've been getting Notre Dame gear since like five. And so, oh man, I didn't know that, Lefty. That's what's up. That's what's up. Tell me this. Who is your top three top three favorite Notre Dame Fighting Irish football players of all time, Lefty? Top three Notre Dame football players of all time that were your favorite. I definitely want to know that list. Archie says, JB, this Notre Dame offense is stuck in a stone age. You got to bring him out, RC. Bring him out, bring him out. Lefty says, agreed, RC. RC says, JB, how many games did you physically watch yesterday? And does it feel more exciting streaming or watching the game? Great question there, RC. Great question. Well, for me, I did watch the Florida State Alabama game. Not all of it, but I watched most of it. I watched some of the LSU Clemson game. I did watch some of that. So those were the two that I did watch. I feel like I saw the highlight of a few other games, but those were the two that I watched the most of. So I really watched two additional games. Now, what feels more exciting for me? I feel like it just depends on my mood. Because after streaming 2 or 3 days in a row, then JB's extremely exhausted. So it's more enjoyable for me if it's just, just relaxing during that time. But if it's say it's a Saturday, so we're just coming off the week, it's like, like, okay, it's the beginning of the weekend. So then it's like I'm more hyped about streaming an early Saturday game than I am about a Monday night football game. Because by Monday night, I'm like, work is back. I'm probably tired from streaming like two games during the weekend. So it depends on the day of the week for me, RC. But that's a good question. It's a good question. So yeah, I'm hyped if it's a Saturday game. I enjoy those. But Monday night football, I'm like, oh man, I'm exhausted. We just did three, like two in a row. So yeah. See, Sam says tomorrow, Labor Day. That's right. That is right, Samuel. Will you be cooking anything special for that day? Or perhaps your mom will be cooking something special. Lefty says late 60s. Okay, late 60s. Nice. I see why, Lefty. Harrison Smith, obviously. Obviously. Okay, okay. Let's see. She says, I might do one slab of ribs and make some baked potatoes with broccoli spears. You love broccoli. So nice. JB is a big fan of broccoli as well. Just wish I could convince my wife to love the broccoli as much as I do. And so Lefty says Tim Brown and Rudy. Oh man, I love me some Tim Brown as well. Good old Tim Brown. Absolutely. Absolutely. Where does a guy like Jerome Bettis rank on your list? A guy like him. There's so many to choose from Notre Dame. I remember when Randy Moss was talking about, the fact that he did want to go to a team like Notre Dame, but Notre Dame did not want a guy like Randy Moss and stuff like that. It's crazy in hindsight to think that, but you know, that's insane. He did want to go to a school like Notre Dame, considered a school like Florida State, but ultimately ended up going to Marshall. I'm not gonna lie, with his abilities, I would have been pretty pissed if that's the best I could have did was Marshall. No offense to Marshall. Marcy says, plus streaming puts a lot of pressure on your voice. It does. It does. It does. I mean, as long as JB has time to recover, then JB is great. But when it comes down to, moments when life is actually happening, because, life tends to happen, and then you do a couple days in a row, like especially last year when I would stream multiple times in the same day, that was a lot. That's a lot. And then add the whole, managing diabetes and stuff, then it's like, oh man. Then you now have an extra fatigue to deal with also. So yeah. But I love it because especially when there's days where it's like a lot of people that come through on the live streams and stuff, like those are usually the best streams. When I look and I see it, it's like, okay, it's saying that there's like 70 plus people currently on at the same time. That's how I know, like, okay, we've got probably over 1,000 people that are tuning in, because people are coming in, leaving and stuff. So those are great. That's a great feeling. That's a great feeling during those moments. Or either if it's like, Sunday night, especially if I have the next day off from work for some reason, and it's like, okay, we're talking about our fantasy football teams here. My fantasy football team has a chance to win, and then I can converse with everybody else about their fantasy teams. Those are fun things as well. Very fun things as well. Where she says, JB, so tell me, who needs to win more, Miami or Notre Dame? Ooh, who needs to win more? I'm going to say, based upon, let me just look real quick and double check that before I say, I want to look at both teams' schedule and see who needs to win this more. I don't even need to see Miami's schedule to say Miami needs this one. Miami needs this one more. Why? Because Miami does not play Clemson unless they get to like the conference championship game. But let's say they have a couple hiccups there based upon their schedule. If Notre Dame loses this one, you look at the rest of their schedule here. Miami's definitely the toughest team, at least how Miami's looking right now. That's going to be on Notre Dame's schedule. So Notre Dame will have opportunities there to go out there. And with all the college football spots there, I feel like even with a lost Notre Dame season, they can recover from this one pretty easy. Just like last year when they lost to that NIU program, it did not impact them at all. So Miami needs this more because towards the end of the season, we saw them start off last year 10 and 0, and it still wasn't enough. So this is the kind of win in their back pocket to where if it's close to, a Notre Dame or a Miami, they can be like, well, we got the win head to head. So I feel like for Miami, they need this one more than Notre Dame does. If we're talking about who needs it more, Miami, because there's a lot of questions. People are not questioning this Notre Dame team. They know that this Notre Dame team is good. They just got to work out some things. But there's a lot of question marks people had coming into this game about Miami. Which version of Carson Beck were they going to see? Miami wins this game right here. Hey, that's the catalyst right there to where people will start to be like, okay, Miami's up there in that conversation, perhaps with Clemson at this point, because hey, Clemson lost to LSU. Miami beats Notre Dame. Is Miami the best team possibly in the ACC? It's going to make it very exciting when Miami plays Florida State this year. A lot to look about. So say this and say that. My long-winded answer that almost ended the halftime itself. Miami needs this win more because I feel like they'll be a little bit more forgiving to Notre Dame than they will be to Miami. As he says, Rhino did 4 streams straight yesterday, and his intentions were 5 streams straight. That's a full entire day. And so, yes, that is insane. That is insane. Like, if you see JB doing that, then you must know that JB's breaking the bank if JB's doing something like that, because that's going to take a lot of energy. Not only that, time with the family and stuff like that. That's a big commitment to do that many in a row. But hey, that's why Rising Rhino is the GOAT that he is, because he can pull off all those streams in a row. Meanwhile, poor JB, 1 stream, and then JB's out of gas. So JB will step away for 1 second before this one comes back, and then I'll be right back after it. So JB's going to step away for a second here. And I'll go ahead and put this when I come back. Be second here, we should be coming back from halftime. And again, Miami will get the football first to start off the second half. They've got the lead here, 14-7. They've got to be feeling really good, but it's all about finishing right now. You're up 14-7. Can they finish it in the second half here? Or will Notre Dame find their offense? Because right now, that is what they need to do. They need to discover this offense. The pass game is being too conservative. It's not throwing the ball beyond just those short passes there. So they've got to figure something out. RC said JB Indiana only beat Ole Miss by 10 points. There's such fraud 27-17. All right, so Lefty says, I mean the bus was an all-time great top 10 back in NFL history. I'd love me some Jerome Bettis back in the day. One of the few Pittsburgh Steelers, I guess you can say that I was fond of back in the day. Even a young Roethlisberger, I guess I was fond of a young Roethlisberger back then too. And then when they drafted my boy Santonio Holmes, I remember I was mad because I was trying to get the Patriots to. I wanted them to select Santonio Holmes. Instead, they took I think Pat Jackson that year in the second round out of Florida, and I was just screaming at them like, "Take Santonio Holmes." I was like, "I can vouch for the kid. He's going to be good." But he says, my initial goal was just to reach to 100 subs. I've come a long way, but I definitely want to switch up how I do some things on the channel. That's important. It's such a grind on YouTube. I feel like the game does evolve because early on, it's all about getting as much content as you can out there. Especially when you realize, like, okay, you're gaining a couple subs here, a couple subs there. You want to continue to grow there so that way, you pass that YouTube threshold and just get in front of people at first. Then you continue to evolve your content there. You realize what's working, what you enjoy, and then you can focus a little bit more about what you enjoy about it. What is your niche? All that great stuff. So it starts off a grind, but then at some point it's like, okay, now I got to take it to the next level. Quality over everything. It's no longer just tracking the subscriber count. It's about how many people are actually showing up live when I go live, or how many people are actually reading, like listening to the videos. How long are they getting through the videos? The stuff that really matter at that point. So yeah, it's a grind, but you got to evolve. That's what the best ones do. Continuously evolve. 57 to Notre Dame needs to force some turnovers too. And so we'll see what happens there. And again, just looking forward to week 2. And again, JB's next live stream is going to take place Wednesday, and that's with me, Old Man, and the Zoe. I haven't set it up yet, but I will set it up for that one. Because I'm going to be spending tomorrow mostly with my wife, so I will not be going live for tomorrow. But Wednesday we'll go live, and then obviously Thursday, with it being a NFL opener, you can count on your boy for that one. And then on the weekend we'll have some Saturday, Sunday, Sunday night football, and then Monday night football. So we'll get a lot more streams from JV coming up over the next couple of days, starting Wednesday. JB's almost afraid to look at his pick'ems because I know I had some games wrong. I was wrong about Clemson beating LSU. Obviously, I was right about Ohio State beating Texas, so that kind of offsets it. But pending how this game goes here, we'll see. So RC says JB, she's the big pop star in the world, even though it's genuine content about Taylor Swift. You say you're not trying to fake it to make it. And so, hey, you got to be true to yourself. You got to be true to yourself because in order to attract the people that you really want to attract to your channel, you got to be true to what's most passionate for you. Even if it's, a handful of people at first, you just continue to be true to yourself. It's when you start posting stuff that you're not passionate about is when you end up having, people that don't really, because they can't really support the real you because they don't know the real you. So that's how it goes. This is starting to feel like a long halftime right now. I'm like, let's get back to the field here. Again, the first quarter was scoreless. Scoreless in the first quarter. Second quarter, Miami scored 14. Notre Dame scored 7. We'll see what the third quarter brings, but hey, it's going to be important for both of these teams to get off to a fast start here in the third quarter. And now we're about to get things started here. Miami Hurricanes will get the football first here in the second half. Just how good could these Miami Hurricanes be? We'll find out here the second half here. All right, Notre Dame getting ready for the kickoff here. Kickoff on the way. Will we get a return here? No return. All right, so let's see what the Hurricanes do here right out the gate here in the third quarter. Can they get the ball moving? I know that Lewis wants to see them score, and he wants to see them score in bunches, but we'll see what happens here. All right, Carson Beck looking to continue things here. So far, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 13 of 20 for 147 yards passing. Let's get this third quarter started here. Shotgun formation for the Miami Hurricanes. 3 receivers top of the screen here. Tight end bottom of the formation. Quick pass to the slot receiver, but they're going to stop the play here. And that's because the offense moved early. So that's going to, I'm sorry, that's a delay of the game. Delay of the game. So they didn't move at all. Delay of the game. All right, so here we go. Backed up first and 15. Carson Beck looking. Carson Beck on the move. Carson Beck gets tripped up there. Did pick up some yards there, about 6 yards there on the run. So made up for those penalty yards there. Now RC says, we back. RC says, we are back. Shotgun, draw play, fighting for the yards. He can picks up about 2 yards on the play. As he says, I need some of that leprechaun Notre Dame magic, JB, and he needs it now. He's like, he needs it now. Third down coming up here. 3rd and 8. Can Carson Beck extend the drive or will Notre Dame defense stop them? When he goes in motion for the Hurricanes, Beck throws it, gets it to his receiver who was all by himself. He got a little lonely out there. So the quarterback threw him the football, made the catch, got the first down with ease. If you're going to give Carson Beck that much time and that much space, then you might as well go ahead and pack it up there. Look at it. Look at all by himself. He will make those throws. I've seen him do it. He will make those throws. 1st and 10. Receiver goes in motion here. Fakes it to the back. Beck looking, throws it short there, gets it to his running back, and his running back fighting for all the yards he can, slung out of bounds there. Going to be about 2 yards shy of that first down marker. But Miami moving and grooving right now, picking up where they left off at. That confidence, you can see it in Carson Beck. That's what you want to see from your quarterback, that confidence. And so RC says, he says, I'm going to say something. The way our defense and offensive is playing, if we get down by 2 touchdowns, it might be good night. Oh, and look at that run, explosive run to the 39-yard line there for the Miami Hurricanes. And now Notre Dame territory at their 39-yard line. 12 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. Miami moving and grooving, as JB likes to say. But again, now's a good time in the chat to let JB know where you stand. Are you standing with Miami or are you standing with Notre Dame? Another run. What is going on with that run defense? They're getting sliced like Swiss cheese right now. That offensive line is winning the battle right now against Notre Dame. They want it more. It feels like they want it more. Greyhawk, what's good? And Braden says, hey, JB, didn't realize you were live. And so, absolutely. Yes, JB is live here. The next live for JB is going to take place on Wednesday when we do like me, old man, and the Zoe. But your boy is live here. I had another fantasy football draft today, Braden, in my ESPN Money League. Another carry here for the back and another first down there. Mark Fletcher Jr. making it do what it do. See, Braden says he did too. How do you feel that you did in your fantasy league? All right, receiver goes in motion here. Feeds it to the back. Picks up the extra 2 yards. All right, 10:05 to go here in the third quarter. Again, Hurricanes up 14-7 right now. RC says this defense is about as strong as a receipt paper. SM said, JB, do you ever draft someone just for value and that you want to trade? You know what, SM? I have only done that probably, I want to say the year that Cam Newton was in his first year with the Patriots, where I drafted him at the time. And then I was thinking if he got off to a fast start, I was going to trade him. And I traded him right, I feel like at the right time, where I got back like a good, who did I get back in exchange from? I think I got back like Travis Kelsey or something like that at the time. But that's the only time I've ever done it. Usually I'm trying to get the guys to build for my team, but that was one case where I was looking at the board and I was like, I could see where if he gets off to a fast start, people are going to get, very hyped about him. So that's the last time that JB's done it. But I've seen other people do it. But Nate throws it, gets it to Tooney, and Tooney, first down there, goes out of bounds. But Miami Hurricanes making it look easy right now. Notre Dame does not have a guy for him. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. And right now, we are still looking at Miami here on his opening drive here in the second half. And it's looking very promising right now. Brandon said, had the number one pick and you took Chase. Oh, nice. You said you have golf and Purdy as your quarterbacks there. So I'm guessing you took those guys a little bit later in the league. You say you're happy with the with your drafted quarterbacks when you took them off the board. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, quarterbacks tend. I've noticed that this year, quarterbacks going off the board fairly fast. All right, minutes left to go here in the third quarter of play. Second and goal. RC says, fine, just toy with us then. Brayhawk says RC's going through it. All right, second and goal. They need about 6 yards to get into that end zone. And he's going to get them there, but is he going to get him inside? They're still pushing. That's a touchdown, ain't it? Touchdown? Let's see what the officials say. And the officials. Somebody signals a touchdown. So Miami scored a touchdown. They're up 20-7. And it's Marty Brown coming through He does more than delivering packages, guys. He gets touchdowns. The Brayhawk says rugby scrum, touchdown. There it is. There it is. Just like that. Opening drive of the second half, and what a drive it is. Because not only did they score, look at the amount of time, the physicality, and all they did, the precision here, the play calling, it all worked out there, and they fought for every inch that they got on this one. They wanted it more. And that's exactly why they have this touchdown here. So right now, you start looking at Notre Dame like, hey, you guys plan on showing up? How will they respond? But again, third quarter, 7 minutes and 23 seconds. They took off half the time in the third quarter on that drive. As he says, Braden and JB, Notre Dame discussed him. Oh man, JB's just mad I didn't pick Miami. Oh man, 21-7. Big man says, let's go. Oh man, look at this party right now. I can hear Mr. JB now just going off about his Miami Hurricanes right now. And he's not alone. Magic Man's running through the building. SM says, is the U back? That is the question. That is the question. Magic Man says that silly 80s team, also known as the Fighting Irish. But the question is the U back? I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing, especially on the defensive side. Last year, that's what was missing, the defense. So if you're telling me that the defense is going to be looking like it is now, then hey, sky's the limit. But it's 21-7 right now. We are currently right now at the commercial, and what a drive! What a drive! Let's go ahead and look at the statistics for how things are looking right now. We're going to do a little player by player comparison here. So we'll start with the passing game in this one. So far, for Miami, Carson Beck, 17 of 24 for 186 yards passing, two touchdown passes, no interceptions so far in this one. You look at Notre Dame quarterback, CJ Carr, he is 8 of 12 for 54 yards and a touchdown pass in this one. Let's look at the rushing game. So, rushing game as a team, the Miami Hurricanes, they've got 82 yards rushing. 50 of those yards come from Mark Fletcher Jr., number 4 for the Miami Hurricanes, who have 10 carries for 50 yards in this one. But it was Tarmar Brown, number 6, that had the rushing touchdown. He's got 7 carries for 26 yards in this one. Meanwhile, for Notre Dame, there's been a lot of talk about their running back this season. But right now, Jadarian Price, he's got 6 carries for 45 yards. And Jeremiah Love, he's got 4 carries for 13 yards rushing. As a team, they've got 14 carries for 61 yards rushing so far in this one. And Mr. JB says that yes, the U is back. RC says the Valkyries are up 36-19. What's the quarter for that one? And how much time there? RC says the fire Freeman. My man took him to the chip last year, didn't win it, but at least he got him there. You want him gone. Oh man, RC tell you he's seen enough. He has seen enough. And again, we are at the commercial here. All right, so let's see how this one plays out. How will Notre Dame respond being down 21-7? You're on the road, hostile crowd, everybody's amped up, they're excited. How do you respond? Kickoff on the way. Was through saying, "What love got to do with it?" Okay, I got you. Saying this game, apparently nothing. Apparently nothing. Oh man. Right now, UM fans everywhere, they are in a joyous spirit right now. But can Notre Dame put something together here? I know Lewis just wants the points here, so he's like, hey, try to score something. All right, here we go. Fighting Irish with the football from their own 25-yard line. Fakes it to the back, looking, throws it, incomplete. Oh my goodness, incomplete. Got a little bit of Arch Manning in him right there, I see. What she says, second quarter, JB. Brayhawk says, Carr going to have to push it down the field to have any chance. He does not seem interested in looking downfield. I mean, at all. All right, second and 10. Gets the snap, throws it, ball deflected, incomplete. All right, so again, 21-7 here in the third quarter. Third and 10. Magic Man says the Notre Dame are like the Cowboys, just a dusty relic, living off the 80s success. Oh man, Magic Man here keeping it a buck. All right, third and 10 right now. Then goes in motion. Quarterback throws it. Oh man, it's like we're watching Texas all over again offensively. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. They refuse for the kid to throw it deep. If he can't throw it deep, put somebody else in. He won't even look deep. What is going on? He's spooked. Wow. Fourth down coming up. And it's getting loud out there. It's already loud, but it's getting loud. You know what? Maybe CJ Carr should follow in his father's footstep and stick to coaching. Maybe quarterback's not it. Brayhawk says, what was that? Magic Man says, LOL. RC says, forget Carr, JB, and Braden. You say, just call him CJ Shoe. You say, get the bum out of here. Brayhawk says, or run it with your best player, Love. Now, there's an idea. Now, there's an idea right there, Brayhawk. But unfortunately, they just cannot sustain drives. Miami has ran almost twice as many plays as them because right now, Notre Dame can't move the ball. The offense is a dead fish in the water right now. It is just sinking. Somebody, please throw a helping hand. It's insane. Insane. He says, JB, if Miami scores in this drive, I'm going silent like that graveyard at night. Oh, man, RC, where is the faith in your team? Let's see. Brayhawk says, speaking of Brayhawk, we ruined Mark Ganowski already. Already. Oh, man. Laney, what's good with you? Laney says, hey, JB, no service at the moment. Okay, bet, bet. Well, hey, appreciate you giving me the heads up. And I hope that your day has been going pretty good. You know? Absolutely. And again, congratulations on Tennessee beating Syracuse there. They handled them pretty well in that one. I saw some of the highlights there. They handled them. They handled them. Absolutely. Meanwhile, RC, I see that the LA Sparks defeated the Washington Mystics there, 81-78. SM says Miami needs to go for the dagger here. This is the perfect chance if you're Miami, go out there and keep scoring. You go out there and blow out their beloved Notre Dame, and then, hey, they have no choice but to put some respect on your name. And now it's time to go ahead and do it. I mean, having a team like Alabama lose to an unranked Florida State team, the opportunity is there. We just saw Clemson lose. This could be a big leap for Miami, although they're already at 10. Like it could possibly elevate them to like number 5 or something. Who knows? So we'll see. But it all comes down to how they finish this one. Because the media will spin it as much as they can to be like, oh, Notre Dame came back in this one. So how do they finish this? Or she said, JB, you know why? You said, JB, you know why you want Freeman fired? Why is that? And he says, at the river and no service, so can't watch the stream. And so, hey, definitely stay safe out there and enjoy yourself there. We'll have more streams coming up. JB's next live stream will be on Wednesday with me, Endizo, Old Man, and then the NFL started the season on Thursday. So I'll have Thursday, I'll have both Saturday, Sunday next week, and then that corresponding Monday after that. So a lot of JB coming up during that time frame. So no worries at all. All right, runs it to the right side. Well, still on his feet here. He refuses to go down. And right now, it feels like to me Notre Dame is on the verge of losing their composure on the field, is what it feels like. Because I keep watching, and it seems like the only players that's feeling tippy after the play tends to be right now Notre Dame players. So I like the fact that this Hurricane team seems to keep their composure and they're not falling for the bait. Quick pass there for the Hurricanes. Gets it to the receiver there, picks up about let's see, he's about 1 yard shy of that first down marker, so 1 yard shy. Archie said, because you had all dang off season and this is the quarterback you chose to start. Well, what does that say about the backup, RC? What does that say about the backup? I believe that he was in a quarterback competition and he beat out the other quarterback for the job. So I wonder how bad is the other quarterback. Awesome said his car he lost before he started. Ain't that the truth? Oh man, Mark fell. He tripped on that one. Number 70 is holding the back of his leg there, but hopefully he's okay. Guy fell into the back of his leg. Hopefully nothing major. Medical staff will take a look at him again. We're here in the third quarter with about 5 minutes and 31 seconds left to go. Yeah, he tripped, got into his own lineman that time. You hate when that happens there. Ooh. Say favorite 21 and 18 while Valkyries 20 and 18. Big game for playoff seeding. We'll go Valkyries. Let's get that W then. All right, so we got a 4th and 1 right now for the Miami Hurricane, but too far in their own territory to try anything. Punts on the way. Football didn't know where to go. RC says Deron Bland signs 4-year extension with the Cowboys. JB, did they spell Micah Parsons wrong? They did not spell Micah Parsons wrong. But hey, they're learning their lesson there. Go ahead and get this deal done so they wouldn't have this headache and stuff because my man can definitely take it to the end zone. So I'm glad they went ahead and got him his money there. They picked up some draft picks. Sometimes it just doesn't work with a player. You can keep a guy like Micah Parsons there, and statistically, he can look good as a pass rusher, but will it result in anything for the Cowboys? They felt no. So let's just see how things play out for him. Now this year, will it be rough? Yeah, but it's probably gonna be rough either way. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Just put Brayhawk in at quarterback for Notre Dame. Is that what we want, though? Again, we're at the commercial right now, and this one, with the score being right now, Miami 21, Fighting Irish 7. Here in the third quarter with 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. And CJ Carr is just 8 of 15 for 54 yards passing. 54 yard passing. The Laney says now it's picking up, JB. Hey, that's what's up. That is what's up. And so just how is the river life treating you, Laney? How is it treating you? My only concern would be pesky mosquitoes. JB does not do mosquitoes. And for everybody in the chat, give me a team that really surprised you in a good way. This college football week one. So give me a team that surprised you in a good way. Now, it's easy to say Florida State. If you want to go with Florida State still, good. But if you have another team outside of Florida State, let's go outside of them. But just a team that surprised you in a good way. You like what you saw and you're feeling confident from what you saw. Even though, obviously week one, not everybody had big time matchups. Course, he said, we wasn't going likely deep in the postseason with or without Mika. Maybe just my opinion. So yeah, so in hindsight, once you get past this year, which could be very tough there, and then you start to realize like, okay, we got a lot of first round picks, and if those first round picks materialize or they get traded for another player, hey, because honestly, I feel like with the current coach the Cowboys have, they don't expect for him to be around too long. He's just a fill in the gap this year so they can get to next year and get the coach they really want, aka Bill Belichick, and then go from there. What she said, JB, when is your next actual play-by-play stream? So yeah, Thursday for the NFL opener. That will be JB's next play-by-play stream there for the NFL opener there. JB will be excited about seeing that. Of course, that's the Cowboys and the Eagles, but that will be JB's, next play-by-play Thursday at 20 p.m. Eastern time, 7:20 Central time. That will be JB's next play-by-play. All right. First, he said Texas. Nah, you said I'm gonna go with Michigan and Florida State. You actually watched the Michigan game? I was gonna tune into Zoe's live, but Zoe didn't go live for the actual Michigan game. But I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the game, but I do plan on at least seeing a couple highlights there. But I hear that they had a running back rush for like three rushing touchdowns in that game. Meanwhile, pass there completed there for Notre Dame, having to fight for every single yard there. 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Let's see if this Hurricane defense can remain stingy the rest of the way. All right, gets the snap here, throws it quickly, gets the completion there. Okay, 6 yards on the play. Samuel says, I think I got to pick NFL Week 11 game. So my man Samuel thinking about Week 11 already. And what matchups are on your mind from Week 11, Samuel? All right, first and 10. Fakes it to the back, throws it there, and oh, he dropped the ball. He dribbled it like it was a basketball. What are they doing? They refuse to go deep. I'll tell you that much. They refuse to go deep. What happened to the guys they have like Great House and stuff like that that get hot during the college football playoffs? What happened to those guys? Things are just not looking all that great right now for Notre Dame. They're just like, get us out of this nightmare, is what they're thinking. Second and 10. Three receivers top of the screen here. Quarterback going to keep it. Quarterback running. Quarterback gets the first down to the 40-yard line. Okay. RC says our Notre Dame slogan is play like a champion today. But honestly, it feels like our slogan should be like play like foo foo today. Oh man, RC not holding back today. All right, got a little first and 10 here. Throws it, takes a shot there, and oh, gets the completion. What do you know? You finally throw it beyond 5 yards and you get the completion. How about that? Big time play again here, 1st and 10 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And ooh, he caught that with his fingertips, but he did secure the ball. Excellent catch. He went up there and he brought it down. I was about to say, don't tell me I'm going to take a look at this. Come on. I saw it myself. He made the catch. All right, so they're going to review it. They're going to review it. So right now, Notre Dame here quietly got into the red zone here. Can they get a little touchdown here? She says, finally a decent length throw. Yeah, so we're looking at the replay here. I guess we're going through the formalities, but he caught that one. If that touchdown that they gave Texas versus Ohio State was a touchdown, this one is definitely a reception. Look at it. The ball doesn't even touch the ground at all. And it's already marked the completion. Yeah, call upheld. Good call. Yeah, big time throw. Big time throw. So here in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Hurricanes up 21-7. But right now, Notre Dame in the red zone. They need a touchdown. Can they get it though? Shotgun formation. Tight end goes in motion. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Feed it to the back. Trying to get to the outside. And look at him go. Oh, he leaps over a defender before he is knocked out of bounds. But wait a minute. There's a penalty. So hold everything right now. There is a penalty, and this is going to be a big one. Holding right there against Notre Dame. Well, I'll be. RC said, JB, they just teasing me, bro. I don't think they really want to come back. RC said, they ain't giving me much to cheer about. RC, oh, ye of little faith. Look at that. Held my man, held him, held him, held him. That's a big penalty right there. Big penalty negates the run, all that stuff. Huge penalty. Meanwhile, Samuel says, I think NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 2026. And so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a rematch of the Eagles and the Chiefs, but so much football to be played to determine that. 1st and 20. Throws one up there, incomplete. But I'm just happy that he's realized he can go. Oh, wait a minute. A flag against Miami. Will this be defensive pass interference? Because that's huge if it is. That will gift them a first down. Let's see what the officials say here. RC says, holding these. Yes, I can't say it, JB. It's not good for YouTube community guidelines. Man, look at that. Look at that. So let's see. Was there really uh oh okay. Okay. That explains why he couldn't get off his route there. Referee threw it too. He said, I got you back. All right. So after the penalty there, huge penalty against the Hurricanes there. And big one for Notre Dame. 1st and 10. Snaps the ball. Get it to the back and the back. Gonna pick up about 2 yards there on the play. Another carry there for Love. All right, so 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to go here in the third quarter of play, guys. 2nd and 8 coming up here for the Fighting Irish. Can they find a way to get into the end zone? See, Feeds it to the back here on the left side there. Oh, he goes in the air so often here. It's like, I get you want to hurdle over everybody, and he's feeling good right now. He's feeling good right now. You don't jump like that unless you're feeling good. Or she said, "JB, he looked like Tiger Woods, LOL." Brayhawk says, finally giving the ball to Love. Giving some love to Love. Now, Braden says, as a Packer fan, the name Love, he just loves it. He just loves it. All right, down and 5 for the Fighting Irish. What will they call here? Here in the third quarter with a minute and 22 seconds to go. My man Lewis took the over in this one. He wants a touchdown. I know he wants a touchdown. And she said the only thing I don't like about him leaping in the air is the ball could come out. Yeah, that's a big thing. Brayhawk says, "Oh, the Brayhawk." All right, 3rd and 5, guys. 3rd and 5. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. 8 yards away from the end zone. 5 yards away from the first down marker. Quarterback gonna keep it for the run. He's the little engine that could. Gets enough for the first down. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the end zone, but enough for the first down. Nobody's going to confuse him with Tim Tebow, but he did take the contact. He did take the contact. I'll give him that. And she says, a field goal will not suffice. RC said he ain't playing around. This is what it all comes down to. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. 1st and goal here for the Fighting Irish here. Out of the shotgun. Receivers bunched in. Gonna give it to the back, and the back pushing and fighting and did everything he could. Still short of the end zone, but man, is he right there. Somebody lost a helmet there. There is a penalty. There's too many penalties going on right now, man. Too many penalties. Let's cut the fluff and get to it. RC says, Spray Hawk, that's Riley Leonard in this thing. Let's see, Hawk said, did you see the South Carolina versus Virginia Tech game? And so I didn't get to watch that game myself there. I was spending time with the wife there. I didn't get to watch that one there, but I kept eyeing it there. I saw that there was a safety in the game as well. So I didn't get, especially the fourth quarter. I didn't even get to monitor the fourth quarter there. I just know that South Carolina came up with that W. But what was your evaluation of both teams, Braden? You said it did look like him, RC. So just like that, guys. With 18 seconds left to go here in the third quarter of play, Miami up 21-7, but Notre Dame knocking on the door. Darcy said, the thing is, you kind of want to score before the end of the third. There's still plenty of time, RC. Gives it to the back, and the back, he is not going to get there. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. He's going to lose his helmet. Oh, man. Just couldn't do it. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter with the Miami Hurricanes up 21-7 and Notre Dame trying to find a way to punch it in. So again, the end of the third quarter, and this is a key moment in the game, especially if you're rooting for Notre Dame here, or if you're like Lewis and you took the over. This is a key moment right here. A field goal, as RC says, cannot suffice. Now, Brayhawk says it was a defensive game. South Carolina had a huge punt return touchdown, and Sellers had some huge plays. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. And she said, yo, I'm done. He says, I am done. They can't take a field goal. RC said he is done. Just hang in there, RC. There's 1 quarter left. You never know. You just never know. And so RC says, JB, If I had hair, I would burn it down. RC, there's no need for that, man. There is no need for that. No need for that, RC. But again, 1/4 remaining. RC said, JB, I honestly thought I was going to fall asleep on this game. Well, JB won't let you do it. JB won't let you do it. And of course, he says on other notes, what's everyone's favorite flavor of ice cream? Ooh, favorite flavor of ice cream. I mean, I always like the ice cream with like the Oreo cookies and stuff. Those are usually JB's favorite there, or at least my go-to most of the time there, the Oreo cookies. So I go with that. Butter pecan is somewhere up there as well. Just depend on my mood, but those are the two for JB. Get some says strawberry. Okay. Magic Man says the refs basically walked Notre Dame down the field. They grabbed him by the hand and walked him down there. The RC says, I'll go with butter pecan and or chocolate cookie dough. Ooh, cookie dough does come in there somewhere at third. Depends on where I'm getting it from usually, but they're usually third. I used to get that a good amount. I used to get a good amount of that too. And so Magic Man says, you know it's bad when the league has to help them. You know it. But that's to be expected, Magic Man. You know what I mean by that, but that's to be expected. You should already expect that coming into the game. SM says cookies and cream too. Oh yeah, SM. Good time. All right, so JB's got a quick random question since we're currently at the commercial here, waiting for the start of the fourth quarter here. If you guys could have basically any one fast food restaurant of your choice to where you can eat there for life for free, like anytime you order is free of charge, but you can only choose one place that's a fast food restaurant, what would be your choice that you would want to have like this, at that one restaurant of your choice to be able to eat for free for life, basically? You guys let JB know what your response is. Magic Man says, well, I know you would expect that being a Patriots fan and all. Magic Man taking shots, man, taking shots here. JB was talking up for you guys there. Oh, man. Let me see. Obviously, says 19 minutes remaining. Let's get it. All right, so Magic Man says Culver's. Okay. SM says Canes. I actually took my wife for the first time to have some Canes there about, I think, 2 weeks ago for the first time. Meanwhile, Notre Dame throws it there for a touchdown. So they get into the end zone here and the score 21-13. Jordan Faison with the 1 yard receiving touchdown. RC said, JB, I would go retrieve a quarter and flip it between Chick-fil-A and Kentucky Fried Chicken. And so, oh man, good options though. Good options. Good options. Now, y'all know your boy loves some Church's chicken. System said this game should have been a blowout. What's going on? Tim, I thought we were heading in that direction, like keeping it real. I really thought when it was 21-7, that's the direction that Miami was going to go. They were feeling things there. I saw Beck was heating up as I used to see him like 2 years ago with UGA, but that somehow, some way, all the things that are happening, SM, that's allowing Notre Dame to just stay in it, just stay in it and stuff. Whether it's the penalties, whether it's the mishap for the field goal that the Hurricanes had earlier, the little small mistakes that are continuously giving Notre Dame life here, and that's dangerous. That is dangerous. Can Miami go for another super long drive like they did to start the third quarter? One, as they say, to break the camel's back. Can they put together a drive like that? She says, yeah, it's fake. Well, she's loving it. Magic Man says, got down the field with penalty yards. No offense to be found. Or she said it's hard to choose between KFC and Chick-fil-A. Sammy says he likes ice cream for more for more. So bet, bet, bet. And he said if this Notre Dame defense don't step it up, it won't matter. Now SM says, go get a touchdown and put this game away. To stop playing with them. All right, it's going to come down to that defense. Offense versus defense. Miami versus Notre Dame here. Miami up 21-14 here in the early stages of the fourth quarter. 14 minutes and 55 seconds to go. We're getting ready for the kickoff here. And man, we've got ourselves a game. We got ourselves a game. SM says, JB, are you a coffee guy? And so JB was usually not a coffee guy, but JB's wife has been preparing coffee for JB for the past like couple months there. So JB officially became, I guess you can say I'm a coffee guy now. Because before that, JB was really not getting coffee like that. But now I get coffee just about every day because your boy got to wake up at like 5 a.m. every day. So, well, every weekday. So I get a lot more coffee now. And says it's news if you knew what was in the buns Chick-fil-A uses. The matchman says there's the answer there. All right, second and 4. Carson Beck throws one up there. Incomplete. No flag? No flag, I guess. Okay. Yep, referee, as they say, pretended not to notice there. Third and 4. Oh, wait a minute. There is a flag here. So what happened? Oh, holding on the offense. Wow. Okay. So just when I was thinking there's going to be a flag the other way, let me see what happened on the offensive line here. They're saying Big 72 at the right guard. Let's see, did he hold? I'm sorry, 73. So, okay, okay. 7's a big tight end. I just noticed on that replay. 7 is a big dude. So after the penalty, now we've got a second and 14 here for the Miami Hurricanes here. Miami has 6 penalties against them for 51 yards against them, while Notre Dame just got 1 penalty against them. Throws it short, gets it caught. Tooney picks up what he can there, takes it to about the 28-yard line. 14 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. So again, you guys continuously let JB know who's going to win this one. If you think it's going to go to overtime, then go ahead and put JBOT in the chat if you're rooting for overtime. All right, third and 7 for the Miami Hurricanes. Can Beck get this crucial first down here and extend the drive, or will Notre Dame's defense get the stop? Or will the referees play a part at this point? That's a fair question to ask. Gets the snap here, pressure up up. They're gonna stop the ball here. Speaking of referees here, what happened? Is it another delay of the game? Okay, timeout call. Timeout call. So Miami calls a timeout to prevent delay of the game there. Good call. All right, so Magic Man says the ref, and we're gonna get a little bit of JBOT tonight, is what Magic Man says. Okay. I'm not so sure that the wife would be thrilled about a little overtime game there, but hey, if it happens, it happens. All right, and again, we are at the commercial here. So again, let's take a look at how these quarterbacks have been doing so far here today. Early stage of the fourth quarter right now, but passing wise, CJ Carr, number 13 quarterback for Notre Dame, 12 of 20 for 93 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Meanwhile, for the Miami Hurricanes, Carson Beck, number 11 quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes, 19 of 26 for 196 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So both quarterbacks, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions now. SM says, nah. He says, He likes JB, but no JB OT today. He says Miami outright wins it in regulation. No OT needed there. Okay. Other than RC, is there anybody else in the chat that's rooting for Notre Dame to win other than RC? And again, if you're just tuning in right now, be sure to press that like button and let JB know where you stand when it comes to Miami or Notre Dame. Who you got? But again, we are at the commercial here. All right, so again, just awaiting the continuation of the game. SM says that just RC. He says that RC is the only one that's lost right now and cannot be helped. Tell me this: who does Miami Hurricanes play next after this, and who does Notre Dame play next after this? If anybody happens to know off the top of their head who these two teams play next week. Let's see. Miami plays Bethune-Cookman next week. 2 weeks from now, they play South Florida, and 3 weeks from now, they play the Florida Gators. It looks like. So here we go. 3rd down and 7. Beck in the pocket. The rush gets brought down for the sack. I thought he was about to escape, but they brought him down there for the sack. So the Fighting Irish, they get the sack. 4th down is going to be coming up here. Let's see. SM says, JB, do you prefer NFL OT or college OT rules? Ooh. You know what? Honestly, SM, at the collegiate level, I prefer collegiate rules. But at the NFL level, since they're so good, if they started off that close, we would just keep getting scoring. So I like the NFL rules for the NFL. I like college rules for college. So it really just comes down to I prefer basically college rules for college, NFL rules for the NFL. So because it's so exciting with college there, that's exciting there. So I like them both. I like them both. 'Cause it would be crazy to see the NFL teams. It would just reward the Kansas City Chiefs every time they went to overtime, basically, if you put them that close every single time they're in overtime, especially if they're going against a team that's a defensive team. So, yeah. SM says South Florida beat Boise State. They didn't just beat them to the ground, SM. Like, I almost felt embarrassed just seeing that Boise State was even ranked to start off the year, how bad they got beat. They clearly had nothing. That just goes to show how important Ashton Jenkins was for that team last year because they had the same quarterback, a lot of the same personnel, and they look horrible in that matchup. All right, so here we go for the Fighting Irish. Run play. Fighting for every yard he can. Picks up about 8 yards there. RC says, huge stop. Brayhawk says, RC has life. It's like RC against the world right now. 12 minutes and 24 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Fighting Irish right now. She says, JB, tea, coffee, or hot chocolate? In the past, it would have been an easy hot chocolate for JB here, but oh my goodness, the ball picked off. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. It looked like an episode of watching where they're showing the wildlife video where the fish are jumping out of the water and stuff. Everybody jumping up to grab the ball there, but the Hurricane linebacker came up with the football there on a huge turnover. Oh my goodness. They went to the well one time too many. Look at that. Wow. Greatness said, the life is gone just like that. RC said, they ain't got no life. If you're gonna punt it right back. Well, they didn't even do that, RC. Didn't even do that. Matchman says, I don't even know what college football is. The moment the players get paid, they are NCAA. That's right. It's now nothing more than a farm league for the NFL. RC says, point me to the burning house on fire. He's going in like his last name was Carter. Meanwhile, nice physical run right there for the Hurricanes there. Picked up about a good 6 yards on the play. So this is where, this is where you realize that mistake right there. You can't make that kind of mistake. The kid is rattled. He doesn't even want to listen to the headset right now. He is rattled. That's why you don't decide who you're going to throw it to before the play. And they ran that play too many times, way too many times. As it says, the defense of theirs has got to be tired. All right, 2nd and 4. Tight end goes in motion, feeds it to the back, and the back is going to pick up a yard on the carry. 3rd down coming up. They got a 3rd down coming up here. 4th quarter with about 10 minutes and 52 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter of play. And they know what a mistake they made. RC says Notre Dame doesn't know how to create turnovers either. He says, like the heck. All right, 3rd and 3. Another run play here for the Hurricanes. Gets stuffed there, picked up a yard on the play. 4th down coming up. So that could mean special teams unit. Will we get the first field goal of the game? And so, AG, what's good? AG, it's been a minute. And AG says, yo, JB, what's up? Of course, your boy JB remembers. How's it been? How's it been? All right, 38-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up and the kick. It is good. So Miami extends the lead to 10 points. Now, for many, they might think that's it. But can Notre Dame find a way to score something here relatively quickly? We're going to find that out. But this sure puts them in a tough position. RC says, JB, Notre Dame's dead. That you need a block punt for a run back or something. Or something. Wow. AG says, been doing good, excited for your Vikings this year. And so, hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. There's a lot to be excited about for the Minnesota Vikings there. I did like the addition of having a guy like, Jordan Mason. That's going to pay off, I feel like, the second half of the year. I feel like he'll start to take over. That's great. JJ McCarthy, you guys have given him everything that he needs. I do like bringing back Adam Thielen just for the fact that that's another, weapon while you await, Jordan Addison to come back. Defense going to be very good. So, hey, why not? Why not this year? It's all going to come down to, obviously McCarthy being the X factor here, but hey, I trust Minnesota Vikings. I like what Kevin O'Connell did last year with Sam Darnold. So JB's convinced. If you can work with Sam Darnold, I feel like you can work with just about anybody at quarterback. So exciting times there for the Minnesota Vikings. And hey, I mean, you guys went 14-3 last year. Hopefully this year that'll be enough to win the division. It's just robbery last year that it wasn't, but that's just one of those years, honestly. Like I said, JB, this is why I don't be getting so deep into my teams, but I do. You say, but I try not to get so deep into my teams. You say you were sad as heck in the Final Four, JB, when Connecticut beat the crap out of the Lady UCLA, and so your UCLA Bruins. And so, hey, that's the part of being a sport fan. You get so invested in it. I feel you. Or she said, "You think the game just out of reach officially for Notre Dame?" I'm not going to say that now. JB has learned throughout the years. I'm not going to say that because all they have to do is go down there, find a way to score, and like say leave about 6 minutes on the clock. Defense get a stop, which they are capable of doing, and then get the ball back. Now, will they score again? I'm not confident to say that, but am I going to say that it's completely 100% done? No, it's not done till it's done, and JB will let you know. Let's see. AG says if McCarthy is at least decent, I think Minnesota is in the Super Bowl convo, but it completely depends on him. And so I think you're right. You're right because I mean, you guys have a lot of talent on that team. You guys, were good last year. Feel like you guys can be even better this year. So why not? Why not? Because Sam Darnold, he was like a tire that was running out of air towards the end of the season there. So he wasn't much help. See, Samuel says, "Hey, JB got on tomorrow work off," and so JB does have tomorrow off for sure, for sure. Gee, were you in any fantasy football leagues this year and had any fantasy football draft this year? All right, kickoff on the way. No return. Again, 9 minutes and 42 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. RC says, still no sign of Caitlin Clark. All right, again, 9 minutes and 42 seconds to go here. Will Notre Dame continuously still try to throw it short, or will they try to open up the offense here, spread it downfield? They're gonna have to use a little bit of tempo probably to upstart this offense. All right, first and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Looking, throws it short, gets it to Love, and Love gets hit out of bounds by multiple defenders there. Is he hurt? Is he hurt? See, RC says, Rhino has me in his. We'll see if it's possible for your fantasy draft approach. That we will see. All right, so you got 2nd and 5 coming up here. Rolls it there to the back, and the back gonna pick up about a good 7 yards here. So they're continuously targeting the back out the backfield here. They are not confident in his ability to get the ball to the receivers whatsoever. All right, 1st and 10, 5 wide here. Throws it, gets the completion. May have lost his mouthpiece, but not the first down. Or is he short? I think he's a little short. All right, there's a Hurricane defender down. RC says, JB, I'm gonna do a video of how much I wish she was out there playing and how it feels to not see her out there. And so, okay, bet. I'm sure you'll connect with your core audience there. And Samuel says, yeah, JB is off tomorrow. JB is off tomorrow. Happy about that. RC says, JB, I wish we would conserve as much time as possible. So RC says, Samuel, LOL. Oh man. The again, so far in this one, 8 minutes and 33 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Hurricanes up 24-14 against the Fighting Irish. This drive right here, extremely huge if you're Notre Dame. You cannot be denied on this drive if you're the Fighting Irish. And RC says, JB, this is about to be the longest 8 minutes ever. And so I certainly understand that, RC. I certainly understand that. But hey, for your team being down 10 points, you need it to be as long as possible. And it's the crazy you RC. RC says Miami protects the ball. Notre Dame does not. And so, but yeah, right now it's going to come down to CJ Carr. Can he make some throws beyond 5 yards here while they really need him to come through? All right, and again, we're still at the commercial here. Score right now, Miami 24, Notre Dame 14 here in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes and 33 seconds to go. Can Notre Dame put together a scoring drive right here? This is critical for them to come up with some kind of points here offensively, just to keep hope alive. The last thing they want is the Hurricanes to get the football back, being up 10 points. All right, so here we go. So it says, Yo, JB, I'm well here. Bet, Eric. All right, so with 8 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter of play, Fighting Irish. They need to get a yard to get a first down here. Shotgun formation. Looking. Throws it. Receiver. Go. And he's going to get slung out at about the 34-yard line of the Hurricanes. So all by himself. Hey, I know my man hasn't thrown it deep, but you can't leave him that wide open. Even JB might have been able to make that pass there. 8 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Let's see. And again, the 34-yard line of the Miami Hurricanes. Carr moving guys around here. 7 minutes and 48 seconds here. Shotgun, five wide. Snapped it. Looking. Gonna run it. Well, he got hit. He got hit. I know he felt that one. I know he felt that one. But he's gonna shake it off here. He's a big kid. RC said, get out of the sidelines and save that clock. But ooh, what a hit that was. But she says CJ Derek Carr. Oh man, 2nd and 3. So run play here for the Fighting Irish and a first down. Okay. Nice run there on the play. Move the chains there. You got 6 minutes and 54 seconds left to go. Got to hurry things up here. And again, as long as they come away with a touchdown, Hurricanes trying to make substitutions here. Got to hurry up. Again, they are 21 yards away from the end zone. Looking, feels the rush, and then just throws that one away. That looked a little funny there. Threw that one away. Jamie says, "Hey, you JB, you gonna be live streaming for opening day Thursday night?" Absolutely, yes, Samuel. I will be live streaming for that game. That will be JB's next play-by-play live stream. That Thursday night opener between the Cowboys and the Eagles. I'm hoping the 80s come through for that game. That would be great. All right, second and 21. Throws it incomplete. Incomplete. There's a penalty right now. I didn't even read what you said there. RC, you said Cowboys 72, Eagles 6 on a Thursday night football special. RC says intentional grounding. Tough night, man. Tough break. Tough break. Sammy says, you ready for that Thursday night NFL game? As are we all. But man, penalty right there. Referees are discussing. 6 minutes and 24 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. And Magic Man says, about time Notre Dame catches the flag. About time. All right, third and 21 right now. So RC is going to hope that the mailman can deliver his package on this one. Otherwise, it's Irish. They may be in a little bit of trouble. Looks, throws it, gets it to the running back, and the running back. Let's see how many yards they credit him with. Fourth down coming up. So they're going to give him 11 yards on that one. Credit him with 11 yards. All right, so Noah Burnett here. All right, kick is up, and the kick, it is good. RC says, this game has put your emotions through a blender. Oh, man, JB is slick upset there. I took the under on longest reception for Jeremiah Love, and let's just put it this way. He went like half a yard over. Like, if they could have just marked it 1 yard shorter. But, dang it. Simon says, see me there for that Thursday night live stream? Absolutely. RC says, dang, damn, poor RC. RC said, JB, the kick is good. And now what happens next? What happens next is you got to play defense. That's what happens next. You got to play defense, save some time, preferably as many timeouts as possible, and not let them score. That's what happens next. And Rising Rhino in the building. What's good with you? And he says, hey, yo. Rising Rhino has arrived. What's good? Meanwhile, for the Hurricanes, on the return, still running to about the 32-yard line. Mercy says, Rising Rhino in the building with us. Yes, gracing us with his presence. Ryzen, I hear that you're out there doing about what, 5 live streams in a day? That's insane. That's insane. But no one else could, but Rhino does. Yeah. I have not put the live stream post up there yet, Samuel, but I will get it up there sometime before Wednesday. One of these days before Wednesday, I will put it up there. See, Rhino said, just finished streaming and just ate. Oh, nice, nice, nice. All right, first and 10, up the middle. Gonna pick up about 2 yards there on the carry. Let's see, RC said, Rhino, I'm just over here driving JB up a raw with the Notre Dame craziness. See, Rising Rhino said, 4 yesterday, 3 today. When does it ever stop? My man is continuously putting them up there back to back. I hear you. Said no days off. Second and 8. Back throws it over the middle. Incomplete. Incomplete. He says, Carson Beck, it's time for an interception. He says, do you hear me? as the Rhinos got 2 tomorrow. And so I don't know how you do it. How do you have the energy for that many back-to-back live streams there? I mean, that's a lot. JB knows that's a lot. That's a lot right there. So shout out to you, the real MVP. Third and 8, looking back, throws one up there, throws up a prayer. His receiver kind of pushed off there at the end there, but incomplete. Fourth down coming up. So Notre Dame's defense gets the stop. Let's see. Brayhawk says close to a pick. RC says 28 on Notre Dame. Should have had that interception. 28 on weirdo time. Let's see. Rhino says, teach high school non-stop. And so, oh man, busy schedule. And it takes a lot of stamina. It's one that JB doesn't have. JB doesn't have that type of stamina. Now, JB wants a stat correction, AG. That's what JB wants. JB wants a stat correction. Brayhawk says RC is going hysterical right now. AG says we want JBOT. RC says, boy, if they threw a flag on that play, JB, I was going to jump through the tree from the basement. My man RC must have some ups. Rhino says, I don't know how I do it. I just do it. Just do it. Brayhawk says, can the car drive here? We're going to find out. He's 17 of 27 so far for 144 yards. But if he can somehow score a touchdown here for the Fighting Irish, he might just become a legend. Who knows? RC says, AG, no. Car looking, pump fakes, throws it by himself. Are you serious? Are you serious? To the 10. Oh my goodness. Brayhawk says, respect to Rising Rhino. He says he couldn't do that. Brayhawk then says, wow. RC says, Braden, I told you his name is CJ Sandals. Car is driving. He shift gears. Oh my goodness. I don't know if Arch would have been able to make that throw. Just keeping it a buck. McGee says, let's go. Car moving. Car. Bit of run. Car. Okay, runs into a pole there, but picked up a couple yards. Second and goal coming up. Brayhawk says, RC's crying. AG says, JBOT. Rhino says, yeah, buddy. RC says, Fat Boy should have been dead. How you not going to score? And Phoenix says, JBOT, are we really going to get it? Are they really going to do it? With 3:25 to go. Carr keeps it again. Carr splits defenders for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. The Fighting Irish. They scored. And now we are a PAT away from tying this thing up here. Insanity. Wow. Rhino says, thanks, Brayhawk. RC says, F it. He said, put this car on the highway. Bright lights on and all, Braden. SM says it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So just like that, 24 to 24. So we are all tied up. So hey, JBOT is a possibility right now. Just like that. Wow. He was all by himself on that play where that dude picked up all them yards there. Phoenix says, we got a game now. We've got a game. RC says, yo, say what? He says, is he dreaming? Is he dreaming? RC, you are not dreaming. RC says, CJ Cybertruck. No way. AG says that he predicts a Notre Dame win in overtime here. So we've got AG digging into the future. Oh, man. just when you thought for the Hurricanes that they were going to come out there, find a way to finish this fourth quarter, they've let Notre Dame tie things up. But still, there's still plenty of time here if Miami can put the drive together. But if Notre Dame's defense can do that, who knows? But man, and she says, roughly Carl Leonard. Essam says Lewis got the over, right? I think he said the over was at 48.5, which means he will basically get the over because there's no such thing as a college tie. So someone is going to have to score against something. So you might as well say yes, Lewis got the over, but the line was 48.5, but someone else will have to score in this one. So that means my man Lewis definitely cashed in. How about that? I know Mr. JB's over there throwing chairs. Braden says the car went off park finally, or went out the park finally. Yes. RC says a tale of two halves. Absolutely. AG says I haven't been able to watch the whole game. How has Beck looked? Beck has been good. He's been at 19 of 28 for 196 yards and two passing touchdowns, no interceptions. But he'll have to do more. Gets the completion here. Spinning, fighting forward. Going to be a yard shy of that first down marker. 2nd and 1 coming up here in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. And we are all tied up 24-24. Beck commanding the troops right now. He's got the experience. He's been in big games. He knows what it takes. But can he put it all together here with his new team? We're going to find that out. Run play here. First down with ease. Picked up about a good 4 yards on the carry and a first down. And again, that is Brown for the Miami Hurricanes. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. RC says 3:21 is a lot of time left, though. A lot of time left. RC says, come defense. You say, please don't fail me now. Feet, don't fail me now. Again, all tied up 24-24. Shotgun formation here. Carson Beck looking, has time, taking a deep shot. Oh, that's going to be a flag right there. That's going to be a flag right there. Going to be a penalty right there. But Notre Dame's clapping. They think it's going to be against the receiver here. Oh, pass interference. Okay, I thought I saw Notre Dame clapping, so I was like, see this replay here. All right, so first down here. Again, Miami, all they need is to have the lead, whether it's a field goal, touchdown, whatever it is, when that clock hits 0. But after that penalty there, that's going to give Miami a couple yards there also in the process. First down. AD says it's going to be a fun season for the Gophers. Might not be the best team, but with Drake Lindsay, Corey Pirit, and Darius Taylor, it should be entertaining. Speaking of entertaining, back over the middle, incomplete, incomplete. Excellent coverage on the play. Second down coming up here, 2nd and 10. Marcy says he don't want to lose this way. LOL, but seriously. Oh, I feel you. I feel you there. Does not want to lose that way. 2:15 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. A run in play here. Be about 2 yards shy of that first down marker. 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter of play. So a critical third down coming up here. RC says, Notre Dame, have you ever heard of intercepting some ish? Let's see. Samuel says, hey, JB, I think crazy bad weather tornado season 2026. So you're projecting 2026 to be a horrible weather thing. Well, thanks for the heads up there, but hopefully that is not going to be the case. JB needs 2026 to be a good year. Right, so we're at the commercial, guys. 2 minute mark. All tied up 24-24. Anything can happen. Because let's not forget, earlier in the game, Miami had the mishap on the field goal. So you just never know how things going to play out. Percy says, when the heck does conservative Freeman use his time out? That's what he wants to know. That's what he wants to know. See, Samuel says he's ready for tornado season. Oh man, Samuel, you might be on an island by yourself with that one. Essom says Miami's gonna win it. Okay, Miami winning. Bet, bet, bet. Oh man, I can just imagine this game down to the wire, 24-24, 2 minutes to go down in Miami. Miami with the football. That would just be to start Miami's needs, honestly, to start off the year. All right, so RC says he thinks you got to hold him to a field goal and then at least retain one timeout on offense. Now, AG says that Notre Dame's going to come through for the W here. As RC said, JB, this has been a crazy game, but this has been an epic play-by-play live stream by the JB man. I appreciate that, RC. And yes, I mean, we've come a long way since the first quarter when it was 0-0. We were wondering if these offenses were going to find themselves. And here we go. These offenses have found themselves there. Lewis is going to be cashing out today. And one of these two fan bases is going to be very happy. The other is going to be a tough way to lose the opener. And you just never know if this game, can make the difference between either of these two teams getting to the college football playoffs or not at the end of the year. So you don't want to mess around when you have an opportunity to get that W. And right now, if you're Miami, 2 minutes to go, you've got the football, you got to score. And AG says, we want OT. He says, we got tomorrow off, so why not? He says, give us OT. He says, Fever 50, 67 Valkyries with 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Strike up the band. So here we go. 3rd and 2 for the Miami Hurricanes. They've done a good job running it between the tackles here today. Will they opt to do it again? Notre Dame looks like they're looking for it. It's a run play up the middle. And maybe it's a second push. It might be the second push. At first, I thought they stopped them, but due to the second push, they got the first down. So how about that? A minute 49 left to go. Now you know Notre Dame here. You're thinking about them timeouts right now. All right, let's see. RC says he thinks that Carr's can keep his job, win or lose. Now, Samuel says you got 39 subscribers now. Hey, that's what's up, Samuel. Mike, what's good? What's good with you? Receiver goes in motion. Another running play up the middle. Nice pickup of about 5 yards there on the play. And so Mike says, JB, I'm busy at the moment, but you came through to press that like button for me. I appreciate that. Before the stream, and you watched last quarter in the background. What a game. Yes, Mike, what a game indeed. Right now, Mr. David, the kicker for the Miami Hurricanes there. He's got a lot in his mind right there. Wants an opportunity to go out there if given the opportunity to win it. Or Miami could score a touchdown right here also. Either way, but man, what a game indeed. It took a minute, but once it got going, it got going. Samuel's on your second channel there, growing two channels at once. I hear you, Samuel. 9 subs there. RC says if Freeman don't call these timeouts, he's gonna hit his TV with boxing gloves on. All right, here we go, guys. A minute 19 left to go. Notre Dame has 2 timeouts here. Miami's got 2 timeouts. 2nd and 4. Another run play, and Notre Dame gets him back at the line of scrimmage. Samuel says second channel, and soon he'll have 40 subscribers. All right, guys. So again, another timeout called by Notre Dame. 3rd down coming up here. Huge 3rd down. You must stop them right now if you're Notre Dame. But if you're Miami and you can pick up another 1st down, that's all I'm saying. Now, Mike says Carson Beck, a family name. I read he went back because elbow injury, wanted to raise the draft stock. That's right. 4 mil deal and a private jet investment. Not to mention getting to be down there in Miami. That helped too. Brayhawk says Notre Dame needs to block a kick. And so already projecting the field goal unit, but at some point, right? Let's see, Mike says Carr not related to Chris or David. And so Carr is related to former Michigan head coach. He is related to him. That's his son, actually, I believe, former Michigan head coach. 3rd and 4 right now, guys. Hurricanes going to run the ball up the middle. Fighting Irish gets to stop there. Okay, they're going to use that last timeout. They've got to. 1:08 left to go here in the 4th quarter of play. But definitely not related to David, Derek, Chris. Yes, he said, good grief. He said, I do anything, JB. I mean, anything for Miami turnover right here. And so, oh, man. Samuel said he's got 86 subscribers now. That's what's up, Samuel. Mike says, great NFL vibes from college games this weekend to hold us over. That's right. And JB's next play-by-play is going to be Thursday for the NFL opener for the Cowboys and the Eagles. I hope the 80s come through for that one. I hope he comes through for that one since his Eagles will be playing. You know he hates the Cowboys. You know it. Let's see. All right. So this is it. This is it. What do you guys think? It's going to make it? 47-yard field goal attempt. Soon 90. Brandon says, RT going to go skipping. It's up. Good. It is good. So he nailed the 47-yarder to give the Miami Hurricanes a 27-24 lead over the Fighting Irish. But Notre Dame, despite having no timeouts, they still have a minute and 4 seconds left to work with. And if Miami's going to play coverage similar to what they did last time, they might be in trouble. So will his defense tighten up the gap here? Is Carr here for real? Has he shifted gears? Oh, man. Let's see. Mike says, I love to watch Notre Dame and Alabama out of spite. He says, out of spite. He be hate watching. I feel you there. I know you were happy, happy, happy when Florida State won that one. That's probably why we've yet to see Black Medicine make an appearance today with Bama going down like that. Brayhawk says, here we go. Archie says, Coach Prime Freeman. Essence says, Miami too conservative. Brayhawk says, got it. Mike says, let's go. Phoenix says 87 subs now. Samuel says Phoenix sub to Samuel there. Let's go. Mike says Eagles a super team. Mike says let's go. And now we're about to see the kickoff, guys, and see how this one plays out. Oh, man, get your popcorn ready. SM says no, JBOT. Kickoff on the way with 1:04 left. All right, no return. Mercy says, JB Duck, you say, I'm about to throw my TV from wall to wall like that's like Chris Brown. Mike says, Black Medicine coping and seething right now. AG says, 88 subs now, Samuel. AG subscribing to my boy Samuel. That's what's up. That's what's up. Samuel, when is the next video coming up? I know you've been preparing your next video. When is the next one coming up? Here we go, guys. A minute and 4 seconds left to go. If Miami defense can do business, you guys get the win. But Notre Dame, They can make things very interesting. They can take us to JBOT. They could outright win. You never know. Carr throws it, ball tip. Oh, I thought that was going to be the turnover. I thought that was going to be the magical ending there for the Hurricanes that they've been waiting for. Oh, man. RC says, size, throwing your TV from wall to wall. Mike says, we are so back. Yes, we are. RC says, asking a rookie to take us down the field. You say, I don't know. You're pretty shaky. And Samuel says, let's go. Come on, subscribe for more. All right, 2nd and 10. Carr throws it, gets it to his guy. And his guy gets 12 yards and a first down. Got to hurry up. 51 seconds. They got to get lined up if you're Notre Dame. Again, all they need is a field goal to tie it up. I have no idea how far the kicker can kick, if he's cold like that or not, but we're going to find out today, possibly. Mike says, next break, what's the deal with Jabril? Ooh. Oh my goodness, Carr just trying to fling it forward there. It should already be a sack. Will they actually give him that incompletion? No, I guess they will. So with 36 yards, I'm sorry, 36 seconds left to go, I thought they would have gotten him for the sack there, but let's see. Somehow he got rid of it. I feel like that was a sack though, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it says he's happy and sad, and so it's bringing tears to his eyes, tears of joy. And you don't know yet? Okay, okay. Well, hey, make sure the next one you give us the heads up when you do figure it out. Mike said number 4, a dog out there. So that penalty right there. He's been doing it all game. I get it. He's trying to preserve the thing, but he's been doing it all game. But hey, right now he's got to get lucky. When I say he's got to get lucky, he's basically got to get lucky. Dunk it deep. Hope you draw some type of penalty or something, but he's got to get lucky now. He says, CJ Cutler, come on. Greyhawk says intentional grounding. Xander in the building. What's good, Xander? How we feeling? What's good? Says JB, I'm here. Absolutely. What's good? Greyhawk says sacked. 2nd and 17. Carr steps up. Carr. Oh my goodness, this is brutal. This is brutal. 12 seconds. 8 seconds. You just got to tell everybody, just go deep. Just go deep. We don't have time. Just go deep. 3 seconds. Got to snap it. Really snap it. Gets the snap. Gonna let him run with it. Okay. Oh, they're gonna stop him. They're gonna stop him. So he ran out of time. Is that how we're gonna end things here? That's it. That's a wrap. The Miami Hurricanes have won 27-24. That's all she wrote. And at the end of the day, that pass rush made life hell out there for him. I mean, they got after him. Mike says Cowboys versus Eagles. We already won, chat. You already know. So number 3 is him. AG says throw a bomb and pray for a miracle from the Notre Dame. Brayhawk says that's game. RC says he doesn't like this at all. At all. Mike says, let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Brayhawk says huge win for Miami. Mike says W. Xander says Michigan game was close 34-17. I saw the final score for that one, Xander. I was expecting a little bit bigger of a gap, honestly, in that one. But what was your thoughts as to why was the game so like that close? Because I really thought you guys were going to steamroll them. Not to say that it was close to 34-17 is still good, but you get what I'm saying. Matt Smith says, let's go. Arthur said, sour grape. Great sour grape there. Brayhawk says, good night, JB. Have a good Labor Day. You too, and thanks for coming through, Brayhawk. Estem says, let's go. A lot of happy fans right now. RC says, son of break. Magic Man says, it's all about the U. Mike says, Steelers ready to draft now? Bet. Magic Man says, go Canes. RC says, appreciate the game call. JB, salute to you, boss. And so I appreciate that. AG says, well, my prediction A is like milk. Not the one we want there. Not what we want there. Phoenix says, Shout out to JB Nation there. Thanks for coming through, Phoenix. You have yourself a good night. And everybody, make sure to enjoy your Labor Day tomorrow. I'll be spending a lot of time with the wife, so that's why I'm not going live tomorrow. But I will be going live Wednesday, me, Zoe, and Old Man. Thursday will be my next play-by-play for the NFL opener. I'll be back next weekend as well, Saturday. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do Iowa versus Iowa State or if I'm going to end up doing one of the later games at 6:30. I forget which teams I was considering there, but there's 2 matchups I am considering in terms of which one I will do next Saturday, but you'll see a lot more of JB the upcoming, like, weekend and end of the week for sure. And so RC said, "No." He said, "Miami defense was on our neck." Bottom line, Samuel says, "Hey, JB, great, good, great, nice job on the live stream. Appreciate that, Samuel." And hey, you got a couple subscribers as well. Xander says Michigan started off 17-0 in the first 10 minutes, then it slowed down. That's why. Probably, I'm pretty sure you guys put in a lot more of like the backups and stuff and started mixing them in, mixing them out, and focusing really on that. Because honestly, there was no need for you guys to show everything that you guys can do if you're already up that early 17-0. You already know what you can do. So just hold on for the W. So I get it. I get it there. And so Mike says, have a great day tomorrow. You too, Mike. And again, thanks for coming through. And let's see, RC says, appreciate you calling the game. Throw peace out, JB. Said 0-1 stinks. You say we out. Well, I'm out. Absolutely. Thanks again for coming through. AG says I'll try to pop in Thursday night. And so looking forward to it for sure. The NFL opener. I'm excited. And yes, Samuel, I'll see you Wednesday night. Appreciate that. Xander says, "Oh, cancel his live stream for the Michigan versus New Mexico." Yeah, yeah. I asked him about it too because I was planning on timing in around the third quarter ish. But when I looked to try to find him, he wasn't live. And so I messaged him. And so apparently he had a barbecue and people kept coming through, so he couldn't go live that day. So that's what happened for that one, I believe. And yes, happy Labor Day weekend, everyone. Yeah, but see you guys next time. And as Samuel said, let's go Ohio State Buckeyes. We're going to end on that one. But again, thanks everybody for coming through. I really appreciate it. And again, JB's next live stream Wednesday. If you want to just talk sports and just go through the picks with JB, Old Man, and Endizo, come through Wednesday. If you want the play-by-play, we'll be going live for the NFL Thursday for the Cowboys versus the Eagles there. If you want college football, that'll be next week, Saturday for JB. I haven't put the schedule up yet, but at some point before Wednesday, JB will do that for sure. Because it was a great game. It was. It was. And thanks for coming through, Xander. It's always good to see you come through there for sure. I didn't your boy Bryce have like what, like 250 yards passing, I think? I think it was like 200, 251, something like that. But anyways, had a pretty good day. Pretty good day. I could see enough, even though a smaller sample size, because you guys didn't need him to throw it, but I could see enough to know the kids got it. So you guys got a good one for sure. For sure. But thanks again, everyone, for coming through. Gonna sign off now and see you guys next time. Take care. Happy Labor Day, and we'll meet again.